been in love with since I was 22 years old.
Because you said last week that you have the Epstein files on your desk. When can we see them, and what's taking so long to release them?
Breaking news, a fiery plane crash in Pennsylvania. The FAA says 5 people were on board the plane when it crashed.
I do partnership, not ownership. Sure. You're not my property. I don't even want to own you. I want a partner in this situation.
What mother leaves her young kids alone in the house for 4 years?
And it's against my religion to tell y'all my business.
You been in cars that size? Yes, I have. I've been in.
I need 20K.
By tomorrow.
By tomorrow. I'm not talking unless y'all paying me. Hey y'all. Hey. Here on a Sunday, a later Sunday night. You know, we want to try something different. We impromptu tried a hot topic situation, and you guys responded so well that we were like, we're gonna curate, get it a little bit more together, and then come back. But not just come back alone, but come back with some guests. Of course, I have my sweet perspective here, EJ the TV junkie, and y'all, Nikki here. Nikki, whole Babylon. Nikki is here. Nikki is here, and I'm really, really happy to have all these ladies here and get into their opinions and their thoughts on this subject. Everybody here in the chat, if this is your first time here, probably so, because we've never really just done this before. We want you to run it up in the chat. We want to know your thoughts as these topics are going along. At the end of these topics, we will have more so a $4.99 things that maybe weren't mentioned here, questions you want to ask that maybe didn't have anything to do with the subject matter that you just want to get off your chest. Who knows? But I'm ready to get into it. Ashley, how you feeling?
Girl, I'm good. I'm nervous. I'm ready to get into it. I know there's going to be some controversial things discussed tonight, but we need to talk about it. So I'm ready.
Absolutely. Nikki, how you feeling? Uh-oh, is it out?
She was very low before.
Did I mute you? It shouldn't be. Let me see. Girl, I did. I'm so sorry. I'm always doing something to you. Nikki, how are you feeling?
Y'all see the type of welcome I get, right? Y'all see, she put me on mute, okay?
How are you feeling, Nikki?
I'm feeling great. I'm very happy to be here, and not just troll in the chat like I've been doing for the last few weeks.
We happy to have you too. And last but not least, EJ the TV junkie, how are you feeling? How you doing?
I'm good, y'all. Like, I am very, very good. And like Nikki, I am too happy to be up in here talking about these hot topics. This ain't really, like, I don't really, like, talk about hot topics a whole lot. I tried it, but I'm happy to have people to talk about it with. So this will be interesting.
Yeah, this is the first time for so long in the space. I think we wanted to keep things around the subject matter of films, TV shows, movies, what we're really here for. But, why not take a little break and a pause for the cause to get into some pop culture type things. Now, we are streaming on all of our platforms. Please be sure to go over, hit the like button, show some love, comment, and also subscribe to anybody here if you like what they had to say. This is your first time meeting them, or if you've been, wading in the water for quite some time, all in the chat, all on the record, all in the videos, and you still ain't subscribed to anybody, please go and do that. Now, I'm going to ease into something, well, I can't say light because none of these topics are too light, but I think I want to start here, and we're going to get our opinions here. Now, we have little Tory here. Oh, big Tory, not the little one, who has been stabbed 14 times. And when I say stabbed, I mean legitimately everywhere. I think it's only right to bring up the person who assaulted him and what he's in there for. He is a lifer who's in there for not only being a predator and an M-word and all those other things with someone underage, and he also killed the person that he was, all of that. But yeah, this man had absolutely nothing to lose. Incident or whatever took place, really don't know, really doesn't matter, at which he was stabbed 14 times. But we are mapping this out to be, this is an undertaking of a bigger thing, always and forever connected to the Megan Thee Stallion shooting. I'm about to be up. Okay. I'm about to try to get out, try to appeal my case. And there is new evidence being submitted. And as soon as that happens, all of a sudden I am stabbed. Actually, I'm going to come to you first. Do you know anything about this?
Yes, girl, I didn't heard it, and I have my discernment buttons go off. You know what I mean? My discernment buttons go off, but there's kind of two things. Tory gives me little man energy, and little men tend to have big mouths, especially on the inside. So part of me was like, was he just off in there running his mouth and got into, got some smoke? Because 14 times is wild. But then the other side of me says, this man, the alleged perpetrator of the shanking, is in there for life. He's got a very violent criminal past. Was this a hired hit? You know what I mean? And not saying that this is from Meg or her team, but I don't think that Meg is Tory's only enemy. Like, I just really feel like there's some suspicion and wild stuff going on here. But he do got a lot of mouth too, Tyra. And I watched Prison Song last night, and I saw how that man got shanked walking out, Weebay, got shanked trying to escape. And I said, or not Weebay, but he was the one doing the shanking. And I said, well, that could be it too, girl. I don't know Tory. I don't know his music. I don't know what kind of man he is. But it's fodder for discussion now.
Ashley, let Prison Song be the reason. Like, I'm not about to play with you. EJ, I am going to come to you. What all do you know about this case before we get into a little bit of the evidence?
Yeah, I know a little bit about this case here. Let me just throw out my opinion here. And again, this is my opinion. I don't believe none of this. Like, I understand this man got stabbed 14 times or whatever, but I don't believe the narrative that he did nothing, that I said nothing, that I provoked nothing. I believe there is something that was said or done and that it was provoked in some sort of way, that he might be into something. Do I believe it could be a hit? Probably so. But I believe that they know exactly where it stems from. I don't think this was just, it just happened. But, hope that man gets better.
Sorry to that man.
And Nikki, what about you? What do you know about Tory Lanez being stabbed 14 times? What do you think about it so far?
I heard a little bit about it, and I like Ashley saying she don't know none of his songs, because when the whole Meg thing, like, it's so interesting to me that like Drake and all these people are rallying around Tory, and I'm like, who is this man? Like, I don't even know. Y'all ain't going this hard for George Floyd. Like, I don't understand what's going on. But I will say, I would never, like, I don't honestly, I don't care about this man getting stabbed, and I don't even mean that in like an evil way. Like, it's just not on my radar. But I will say it's really weird, strange to me that I just saw a bunch of black folk being mad because that racist lady like got all this money because she called the little kid the N-word at the park. Mm-hmm. But is it correct or fake news? They've been running up the man books and cash out because he stabbed Tory Lanez, and he literally is a child predator.
Uh-huh.
Did y'all see that?
Oh, I wouldn't be I wouldn't be surprised if they are, because there is a tendency to want to support this man, because any anti-support of the Kelsey, the Megans, whatever stands of the world is good support. So even if this man is in there for these terrible things, we're gonna run up his books and send him some funds. Are we serious?
That's it.
All right, well, let's get into some of the info and then discuss how we feel
Bradley
afterwards.
James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Miss Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Conversation Miss Harris had where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun.
Getting denied every time they try to set a motion for a new trial, so they trying to pull shit out the air like, okay, let's do this now. I'm not about to keep going with y'all. Y'all defending somebody who didn't even take the stand and defend themselves.
He said, it's honestly a bunch of suppressed evidence that was kept away from me during trial. I said, Wack told me that, but didn't say what. He said, like, through trial, they keep saying it was inconclusive on the gun DNA, but I always knew I never touched the gun, so I asked my lawyer to retest it, and sure enough, I was 102% excluded completely from everything, just like I said.
100.
I said, well, why didn't you just say who did it? Doing time for something you ain't do. He said, I took the rap for Kelsey, never wanted her to go to jail, and I never wanted Megan to get hurt or anything. So in me stopping her from getting shot, I got the raw deal. Crazy how life works. And to think they made me the poster boy for the unprotection of black women, when in all honesty, I protected 2 black women, one from getting shot and one from going to jail. Never said nothing in 8 to 10 years for them to live. It's a crazy, crazy place we live in.
Let's point out all of the mistakes that the police made during this investigation. And let's hope this never happens to you or you going down. Number 1, there was no DNA match on the gun. Number 2, gunpowder residue was found on 2 people's hands, not just one. And number 3, they did not do an investigation on the trajectory of where the bullet came from. They don't know if the bullet came from the passenger back or the driver back. Number 4, failure to secure the crime scene. They never released the body cam footage that would have told us what everybody said that night. Now, here are some reasons why Tory Lanez could be innocent. Number 1, reasonable doubt. Kelsey asked for immunity before testifying that day. The girl knew she had something to hide. Number 2, Kelsey's story changed over and over and over again. Everything Kelsey said in her recorded conversation was not the same when she got on the stand. Number 3, if you're trying to say my defendant did something, show me the DNA on the gun. Show me the DNA. It was never shown. And last but not least, emotional motives. This was the night that Kelsey found out that Megan Thee Stallion slept with Tory Lanez behind her back and she didn't know. Ha ha!
Girl.
All right. Now, I put her there for a very distinctive reason, because as much support as Tory Lanez has been getting, and you see men of a certain means, especially in the industry, backing him, free Tory, this and that. The other number 1 supporter of Tory seems to be other black women. And so I put her there because, and she's a pre-law student, and I fact check everything that she has to say. It is true, so it's not like she just spewing out hot air, but it was the pride she took in presenting it.
But 102% for me, because where they do that?
Yeah. I'm so sick of this little case. I really am. We were going on 5 years, which would be crazy because this all kicked off right with the COVID situation. And a lot of people, as they would with even a Chris Brown, we tend to separate things as one or the other, as if, like a lot of the times with Chris Brown, they'll go, well, you need to let that go. That was forever or whatever ago with Rihanna. And we isolate it as one incident, as if there hasn't been one after the other and other things over the years. With Tory Lanez, we was already on probation. We were on probation. We had one too many incidents prior, and I don't know this man. Tory could be extremely innocent, but just the narrative of, I took that bid to protect these women. For whatever reason, Tory doesn't give me, I took that bid. I'm a save you two and, leave myself out to dry. I don't know. Like I said, it could be a thing where I had gotten off so many times before. Let me go on, watch myself and all into the court and do the little thing. And yeah, they're going to let me off like they let me off all these other times. But instead, they gave your butt 10 years. Okay. we have this new evidence being presented, and I'm not going to act like this case isn't faulty. It is extremely faulty when we're getting into the evidence side and things that were taking place, and proper protocols just weren't done to make sure the evidence was solid enough to put him in there indefinitely. Kelsey, the immunity, the pleading the fifth, all that stuff, it just all looks really shady. But when you have Kelsey's so-called bodyguard coming in with new evidence, and it's, I overheard her directly say, I shot Megan. And I'm coming forward now because I can't just have it on my heart to have that man sitting in jail for something he ain't do. So there's that. And it's just like, I don't know what to think because it's so convoluted. It's so tacky. Lies have been told equally on all three of their sides. And we haven't seen any video footage, hell, even like police officer body cam footage to just get the interactions in the moment. It's very, very foggy. He could be innocent and he couldn't, but I'm not going to say that, oh yeah, this man here, he would definitely do a bid for Megan and Kelsey because it's protect Black women at all times. It just doesn't give that. So I really don't know what to think. Nikki, how do you feel after the information that you just heard and how faulty and shaky some of the things are? Is Rock Nation, because that's what they say, especially his father, Rock Nation, my son Daystar Peterson, they're trying to take him out.
Y'all know Tory Lanez was trying to buy Frito-Lays, right? He was trying to buy PBS.
Girl.
That's why this happened. Anytime the Black man... I can't. Why was that young lady... I need her to move the camera away from her face because I don't like having to see her tonsils and her tongue. Like, I don't like people talk that close to the camera. But Tara Way had to put that up there. I want her to move the camera. And you know what's so crazy to me? I feel like, of course, we know the justice system is flawed. Innocent people go to jail every single solitary day. There's a lot of gray area. There's a lot of black and white, blah, blah, blah. But why are you so excited and like giddy? Like, why is she so excited in that video? Then who is Kelsey and why does she need a bodyguard? And the bodyguard talking about his conscience can't let him. Well, your conscience let the man go to jail. So why the conscience speaking now? And then literally there's no NDA that can stop you from something that is criminal. Like you can break an NDA for something that's criminal. But I feel like you tired. I'm sick of this case. And I honestly don't even know a lot about the case. I kind of just hear about it in passing. I don't know the facts. I don't know about the forensics of the gun. Where is the folks from Forensic Files? Them folks from Forensic Files be solving cases from 30 years ago. We need them. We need Elliot Stabler because I'm sick of everybody on the internet thinking they Casey Novak all of a sudden. Like, I need some real crime fighters because I'm so sick of this. The man in jail, I don't even believe in incarceration, so I ain't gonna say he should stay in jail, but the man in jail, everybody rallying around this leprechaun. I don't know who he is. I don't know why we rallying. Y'all ain't rallying for Mandela like this. Like, I don't even understand why they act like he a freedom fighter. Like, they act like he is out here in the streets bleeding for black. It's the strangest thing, the way people are rallying. Who is he? What has he done? Did he break apartheid in Africa? Like, I don't understand why people are really going up him. I don't know.
It's just so one-sided. Like the message says down there from Danielle B, there are text messages where he is, extremely apologetic, even, phone calls, and he's offering money and this, that, and the third. And it's just like, why aren't you, at least in the moment before all this transpired, getting on the stand to defend yourself, to say, who's taking a gun charge for anybody, especially when you are heavily on probation to be incarcerated? Like, that's crazy. EJ, I'm gonna come to you. You have that one-sided of, well, all of that is that, but still the evidence isn't evidencing. And then you'll have Tory say, I took this charge to protect Black women, especially Kelsey, because I am a child who grew up without my mother, and I didn't want Kelsey's, child or expecting child to do the same. So I was trying to spare Kelsey.
Yeah, I don't buy anything that Tory has to say. Like, he can miss me with all of that. First of all, I think that, the whole prison thing that got real, real, real. And now I need to get up out of here because I just got stabbed 14 times. I'm going to do all that I can to get up out of here. First of all, he was arrogant. That was a whole thing. You were super arrogant about this whole thing. You acted like this was for play. The one thing that I can tell you, Tyra, Ashley, Nikki, is that somebody got shot. And the only person that got shot that day was Meg. That part we can't dispute. She didn't shoot her doggone self. So one of these jokers shot her. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't go to jail for nobody. I don't do jail. I'm not going to do jail. I won't do it for my kids. They already know. Don't do nothing stupid because mama not taking that charge for you. I will come visit you. I'll put some money on your books. I'll do all of that. But I will never take a charge for you. Look at this man. This man is not taking a charge for nobody. He is not going to do it. I believe that in my soul that this man would not take a charge for anybody. He just simply would not. And at the end of the day, and I'm not saying that he did it or he did not do it. I wasn't there. None of us were. And you're right. All of the evidence, all of this whole thing, I've looked at all the documentaries, all that type of stuff. This case was all jacked up from the beginning. But do you know whose fault this is when it all comes down to it? It's Tory's. If we go back to the beginning, he's the one who got on the internet and started talking. It wasn't Meg who brought all of this stuff up. If we go back to where it all began, he did that. He brought this all to the forefront. He wanted people to know about it. It kind of went low-key radar for them to be such big personalities. It went, it wasn't, he brought it all there. So if you did all of this and you doing all this talking, why wouldn't you stand up for yourself? I don't know anybody who's going to have all these things to lose. Kelsey got nothing to lose. What does she have? Who the hell is Kelsey? I had no clue who Kelsey was until that documentary came. I said, oh, okay. I still don't know who she is. Wouldn't know her if I saw that lady in Walmart standing next to me. Would not know her, right? But you took a charge for her. You got a kid. What about your kid? What about your kids? You got a family. What about your family? Your daddy out here talking about doing the most. What about your daddy? He needs you clearly. So you telling me you took a charge for her, but what about your family? I just don't think that his loyalty lied that deep, especially not for no jump off. This is not your wife. If this was your wife, I might even say maybe.
It's the same thing. That was my issue. Even with Kelsey, like that, you messed with a man. I was on first. Like what if I Kelsey was running around like this was her whole ninja? Like this wasn't never that. And y'all give, and I think Ashley and I discussed it. EJ, we were all there talking about the doc, and it was like it never gave anything solid. It gave we share ninjas all the time, bestie. Like you had them your way, and I had them mine, and it just kind of escalated from there. But for whatever reason, it grew. Ashley, I'm gonna come to you finally. Like, how are you feeling about this? Do you think that there is a chance that Tory took that charge, that he could be innocent, or that he could get out? Could we end off with him getting out? And do you think that the 10-year sentence was justified?
Oh, hell yeah. If he did it. And no, there's no way he's taking a charge via altruism. And let's just listen. Tory Lanez is what, 5'4", 5'5", going into the Pinta with booty bandits. There is no way this man said, I am big, I'm the baddest, I can go take this charge. Now, some men will. There's some men out here in this world who gonna take the charge for baby mama. They gonna take the charge for their wife, for their mama, for their children, for their son. Like we have Mr. Man who just did that with the police who unalived his son. Tory not one of them. I can smell it, Tyra. He's never been one of them. And again, a person with everything to lose. He has this career. Like you said, he has a troubled past. He's already on probation. Why would he take that risk? He's got a career. Kelsey is an assistant and a bestie. Like, that's all she had. Like, why am I taking the charge for her? 9 times out of 10, she's going to have an easier time of it in the Pinta than Tory would. It just doesn't make sense. Everything is so convenient. Now the bodyguard want to come out. The timing is just so suspicious around all of this, because why now, sir? If you knew he was, why didn't you say something in the trial? And I agree with EJ. this wasn't even something Meg was going to pursue. We saw this in the documentary. This was not something she was going to pursue, which was why this was so prolonged and dragged out. He decided to get up here. Now, what's telling to me, the level, the number, the amount of men on these here internet streets who are free him. He didn't do it. See, the evidence is right here. Meg needs to be locked up. She did something wrong. And I'm just finding it hard to believe that the victim, we can blame her. She was the one who was caused harm, whether Kelsey did it, whether Tory did it. At the end of the day, she was the one that was harmed. How can we find it in our hearts to blame her? And to make it seem like this was some concerted effort, why? What would be Meg's motivation to put Tory under the jail?
Whoa. It's not always just Meg, because see, this is what's happening. Tory Tory isn't just your any old artist, okay? Tory is leveling up from the industry and making moves as an independent artist. You know, it's he making things shake in the industry because he letting people know we ain't gotta get signed, okay? We can be independent and still be successful, just like me. Don't sign to them record labels. We had to shut Tory down because he was making too much motion.
Girl, please. They lied and made that up. Don't nobody know who Tory is. Be serious.
Oh Lord, it's just I just feel like two things can exist at the same time. We could have had a messed up case. It did feel like even as long and as drawn out of this case has been, a lot of the evidence, everything is extremely muddy. But those are things Tory and team to deal with when you are on the outside able to defend yourself before you are sentenced. It's really hard to try to go back and flip something and go, well, actually, I was innocent this whole time, and it's me trying to hold down Black women that's got me in here. What?
He ain't never cared about Black women like that. Be serious, my guy. You were smashing two best friends. Like, you really care that much about Black women? You respect Black women so much? Really?
That's what he said. I remember that post vividly. Smashing, he didn't say smashing, but smashing two best friends, got me caught up. Because, I was, girl, that was a mystery all in itself. Let me get that here. Thank you so much, CJ, for showing love. 14 has an explicit meaning with Mexican Cali gangs. What do it mean, CJ? Let us know what it means, CJ. Nickel, please. She said, I'm leveling up. I'm leveling up because the struggle is amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I appreciate you so much. And we got CJ here once again as a 3'6" man. I stand tall with Tory. CJ, you're a 3'6" lie. I just know you're not 3'6". You don't give Henry energy in being 3'6". That just doesn't exist together. Thank you so much. But yeah, anything else on Mr. Tory or Megan, or how it just feels like, and I was a heavy supporter of Megan. I'm a Texas girl all day long, all my life. I love Megan, and just to see her kind of rise and really become a star and, reach her full potential. But it doesn't seem like it's ever really going to be a time, as long as he's in this state, that she can get from underneath the shadow of, you did X, Y, and Z, and you need to pay. I think that's pretty damn sad.
Yeah, I've never been like a Megan fan. I can't even name one song really. I don't know. I'm not really into Megan, but it's just very strange to me that in this situation she's getting like so. I mean, like it's visceral. Like it's so much. I mean, like it's on a. They don't treat child molesters, but like it's on a whole nother level. And it's like Ashley said, well, she's the one, like she was shot. She was the one that was hurt. Like she didn't do it to herself. So my whole thing is, let's say y'all do believe, because I don't even think they believe it. But let's say you really do believe that Tory is innocent and he doing this for Black women. Okay. What they got to do with Megan though? Like she's still victimized. Like she's still the victim. She's not the perpetrator. She didn't shoot herself. So it's just I don't know. I think we're in honestly a scary age where it's always been a court of public opinion, even back to the OJ trial. But it's just so dangerous to me in this day and time because people really feel like they took the bar exam. Like they really feel like they know. And it's amazing how all of a sudden there needs to be a huge burden of proof when it comes to Tory Lanez, but let Diddy G say that Halle was cheating on him. We don't need no burden of proof. He said she did it, so she did it. Like it's weird.
Anybody else on Tory before we move on to the next topic? Anything? All right, we gonna move on. Y'all run it up in the chat. And I'm not gonna act like I knew at least 1, 2, or 3 of Tory's songs prior to this incident. I'm not like an avid fan, but you know, I got kids and stuff. They like Tory. It's just I don't know. He never, from what I could see, got this much support prior to this incident. All of a sudden, he needed to be lifted up by the grace of God because how dare you try to take down? You know, the plot to take down black men is just really serious. And speaking of Diddy G and them, let's go on, move on to them. Shout out to the 125 people here. Very, very happy to have you. Or no, oh Lord, it didn't even go, y'all. We went straight over here to Diddy. Let's just go with Diddy. Oh Lord, I didn't want to go to Diddy. I did not want to go to Diddy just yet because, jeez, it's just this is, I don't know. When we got to the point of, oh, okay, this is officially going to trial. This isn't anything that Diddy can sweep under the rug like maybe past years ago. You know, the internet and social media is a double-edged sword. We do have things that rally, like, oh, people being able to double down on their support of like a Tory Lanez and Push Meg and dox people and all of that. But now you have things being so publicized to the point of you can't sweep stuff under the rug like you could back in the 90s. Bro, you're going to jail. But I didn't think that the trial would start out like this. I do not have every little single thing here because far too much has happened just in the span of a week in Cassie and Diddy's trial to even try to condense it down to anything. And most of it is extremely salacious. So I have a little stuff here just to show you kind of how we started and where we are right now and where the hell are we supposed to go. But let's start for anybody who didn't see this video, child. Because we started here. It's trigger warning. Y'all know what it is. We started here. We started here with him in his towel assaulting Cassie in his hallway, and this video was leaked after because I know some people ain't seen it. I had actually never watched it. But we're here. We're in court. Diddy's daughters, children in general, are in the courtroom. And if you are paying attention, you are very privy to all the things that are being said. I wouldn't want my kids near any of this, but they're there. There's that. And then we have situations like this where it's just all kind of getting into a questionable Cassie. Questioning Cassie's character. And though these things are true, you know, we have her, she's admitting to after an assault, after a grape situation. Yes, I did go back to Diddy and sleep with him. And my then boyfriend, now husband, Alex, was FaceTiming me and I answered and, you know, wasn't right. No, but yes, I did it. But now that all of the salacious things are kind of up in the air, we are now just kind of getting into Cassie's character, which I think anybody with common sense following the trial on defense.
Why do you feel that way?
These are all paid protesters. You can get $20 an hour if you wear a t-shirt.
You gotta speak up.
She just got recruited, right?
I refuse.
You said no.
No.
It wasn't worth the 20?
No, but like he told me that it's for a Diddy coin, so I'm not really sure what that is. Yeah, they just tried to pay me $20 to wear a free fucking shirt.
Stop.
Sons leaving the courthouse. Diddy's sons leaving the courthouse after day 5 of trial.
Big chat. Keep your head up, man.
Like Mickey Mouse.
You ever see the shaved head? Cut it.
Doing this. Everybody's investigating the history. As Nikki said, everybody's a damn investigator. So we're going back into the history in situations where Cassie probably wasn't saved. It was probably in abuse.
Whoa.
Wow.
I get the 10 minutes. now, man. Monetization. You're going too far. Yeah, man.
I want to get my ass beat for 10 million.
Yeah, it's dark out there. It's dark. Y'all, with some of the things that I've heard this past week as far as Cassie is concerned, I don't even know why we're here. I don't even know if it's worth it. because I thought in the beginning this was a RICO case. Was this not? Did I miss?
It
Because
is a RICO case. That's
I
what it
don't.
is. And sex trafficking and all of the above. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't follow, because I just don't care enough. But from my understanding, this was, the feds coming in and we stormed the house and the property, collected these tapes and all this baby oil, and there is a possibility that all of this may have been a cover for drugs and trafficking and all these other things that he could be connected to. Yet and still, we are starting here with Cassie, and I feel like it's been a complete misdirect to just keep us here. And I'm like, how long are we supposed to stay here? It's constant drugs, it's the cheating, it's the freak off, BV, the STDs, the addiction of all kinds, sex workers, escorts. And, Cassie is a cheater. She's a liar. She's a manipulator. She's complacent and a willing participant. And after all, even in this moment, Cassie is still here with the agenda to get money because she was broke. That's, the defense here when we're getting into the opposition of how Cassie was treated and the freak offs of it all. My question is, did we need this? Actually, I'm going to come to you first.
Come on.
I need to gather myself. To me, this is just such a spectacle. I feel like the focus narratively of where this case should be is completely lost because we're getting into the gory details of what was in Cassie's throat. The sores were where, the urination was where, we did what, she was getting what, how many times a day. It's just all focused there. And it's just like, where's the RICO? Where's the feds? Yeah. Where's that? And when are we going to get there? I feel like this is almost a damn distraction.
So, yeah, here's the thing, Tyra. Buckle your seatbelt. This will probably be at least a year or more, right? Because for RICO, there's so many things that have to be established and proven. So this is just the start of it all. And I agree with Low Reacts, who said in the comments that this is literally laying the foundation. And so just from my limited understanding, my Law and Order, my Good Wife watching, basically we have to establish Diddy's character through multiple witnesses, what type of man he is, types of things he does, what his proclivities are. He is going to be aired and bared all the way out. It's going to get worse. They said Don was on the stand for 30 minutes and they had to call a recess because already it's a mess. So no, this is just the beginning. And I think this is what makes victims stay quiet, right? Because I think what a lot of people are missing from this entire thing, however you feel about the dynamic of the relationship, whether or not Cassie was consenting or not, what she did afterwards will never take away from the fact that she was in fact brutalized. She was in fact groomed by this man. And of course, the defense's job is to discredit her and to say that she's not a reliable witness or whatever. I unfortunately think that this all has to come out. I think Cassie is brave for getting up there and bearing herself to the world. Another thing, when the feds subpoena you, you can't say no. And you can't get up there and lie. So she really doesn't have much of a choice because she filed the civil action before. So this is kind of what opened the can of worms. I hate how she's being viewed and treated, but I also think that it goes into exactly the type of person that Diddy is. And I think we have to hear it, unfortunately, for that to be truly established. We've heard hearsay, we've heard little things, but her civil case was sealed, right? So we didn't know the ins and outs of everything. And again, it's not for us. This is for the jury and everyone else that this is coming before. I hate it because we judge it afterwards, right? Oh, look at what she did to her husband after the fact. Cassie was just a whore. But we don't know the years of grooming and abuse that went into making the person that she is now. Like, I just don't think it's fair to approach it that way. And whatever happens with the case, whether it goes in or out, I'm proud of her for telling the truth about it, whether it was making her look in a good light or a bad light. I just hate everything that I'm seeing about her online. It's the attacking of the victimized all over again for me. That's really deplorable before everything's been exposed. There's even been people in this comments tonight talking about, yeah, Diddy, he's this and that, but he didn't really do anything illegal like to her. What do you mean? What do you mean? We just literally in the statute of limitation ran out for the deep. Like, be so for real, y'all. Be so for real. The only thing, I wish Cassie would have done was talk about it earlier, because I feel like these years that she's been away from him, he's had the opportunity to victimize so many more women, and none of them have had the courage to say anything.
I just want people to be in a world where two things can exist, like, because they're taking everything into question. The way you're saying that this is supposed to be a testament to Diddy's character or lack thereof, I think it's too one-sided for us to even get that. Like, it's just, I don't think this is working in a favor or to like cast a light on Diddy. It's just bad. It's just bad. I think this is due to, the court of public opinion and all that good stuff, or even just in general. It just feels like this is on Cassie's back. I don't, as rough as his ass looks and as gray as he looks, it's just, I'm like, was the trade-off worth it? And as strong as Cassie is, because you have to be to bring this into the forefront and not lose your freaking mind, I don't know if I would have been able to follow through. This is crazy. This is just bad to me. To wear this for the rest of your life, always. This is just who I am now. I'm labeled as this thing. I don't know if it's worth it. And there's no way that it could be like a money thing, because it's, of course, well, why didn't you come forward sooner? Oh, now she's coming forward because there is a lack of income coming through. Her and her husband, they have these kids, they need this money. Even, her being pregnant is calculated so people can feel sorry for her on the stand. This, that. Well, you can say the same thing about Diddy. Why do you think he have his kids waddling their ass into the courtroom every single day listening to these salacious things? Because let me out, free me. I'm a good father. Don't y'all see my kids? I have stuff to live for on the outside. Don't put me in jail. Everything's always calculated. You're going to want, to put your best foot forward. But this is just really terrifying to me. And I know we're going to eventually get into those RICO things, but the way that they are handling Cassie up there on the stand is just deplorable. And I can't take it. I have no interest in just following this case, because if this is just the beginning, how the hell are we supposed to make it 8 weeks? And even if we were, I don't know if we should have started here with Cassie. I really thought that they were going to save Cassie for last. For her to be first and for it to be this muddy already, I think is scary. I just wanted to kind of dive into this with the scenario of, okay, there's no possibility that Diddy could get off or walk away. It's already shaky right now. I don't need that in the beginning. Nikki?
Yeah, I haven't really been following. I was sitting here, honestly stunned when you played that video. I didn't know about. I had no idea that it was Diddy supporters outside of. I didn't know about none of this, and then but the stuff that I have seen it's astonishing how all the fake Encyclopedia Brown detectives, they don't even know basic lost stuff that actually said, if you just watch Law and Order or Criminal Minds or that new FBI show, it's certain stuff you just know. First of all, there's always the defense rest, the people rest. Each side does their own stuff that witnesses they call. They also, Ashley said, always call character witnesses. I mean, if you just saw Daredevil when Frank Castle was on the stand, was on trial, they was trying to find a character witness. Duh. But the way people are talking, it's like somebody in the comments said they act like Cassie on trial. They act like Cassie brought the trial.
Lord. So she that pregnant, y'all. She finna go into labor. I damn sure don't want her up there now. God. Go ahead, Nikki. I'm sorry. I didn't know she was that far along.
Yeah, I didn't even know she was pregnant. But the thing that is so scary to me is I feel like anytime we have people come forward publicly about being assaulted, I feel like it actually makes less women come forward about being assaulted, because this is what you're met with. Literally, unless you get raped while you wearing a body cam, you ain't got no, everybody's going to meet you with this type of visceral. And one thing I've always thought about that's also ingrained, it's a lot of misogyny, noir ingrained in here, but it's also a lot of great culture, and it's a lot of the thing I've always thought about when people say things like, she a hoe, she loose, she hoe. I've always thought about, how do victims of sexual assault, like, how do they feel about this stuff? Like, if you're kidnapped, sex trafficked, forced to have sex with 100 men, the slut shaming that happens around sexual assault cases, how does that make victims feel? Like, the way they're talking about Cassie, the way they're saying, oh my God, I feel sorry for her husband. No, none of these men say they feel sorry for Diddy's daughter sitting in the courtroom having to hear all this stuff that they do, but they feel sorry for Cassie's husband. Cassie's husband wasn't victimized, but the fact that his wife has had sexual interactions with multiple people or did a lot of sexual stuff, they feel sorry for him. Like, it's just the strangest thing to me how people speak on women who've had sex, whether willfully or unwillfully had sex with people. It's the strangest thing. Like, it's and I don't even think it's the fact that, you mix in the fact that it's Diddy and it's a famous man, and then we get all it's a black man, and it's just take all of that out of it. It's really disturbing to me the way we slut shame women. Like, it's truly disgusting. And I feel like anytime victims come forward, there's so much more heat on victims than perpetrators. There's so much more heat on victims than the people that was around. Everybody asked victims, well, why didn't you speak up? Nobody asked the bodyguard and the sous chef who come out and say, yeah, I saw him doing. Nobody say why all the men that was around and saw Diddy do stuff never said nothing. It's just always why the victim did. This why you don't. If you're already victimized, already traumatized, then you come forward, then first of all, most assault victims already feel shame. They already feel ashamed. They already blame themselves. Now you're going to be shamed in public. Then you have to relive it constantly if you actually take somebody to trial. And Cassie ain't even take Diddy to trial. He settled that quick. This ain't got nothing to do with Cassie, but she still has to relive it. Just like Ashley said, she's literally under federal subpoena. And they act like they don't know what that means either. Like, if you are under a federal subpoena and you've ever seen an episode of Law and Order, they don't be wanting to testify. They have to. You literally, if I was under federal subpoena right now and they told me to tell my deepest, darkest secrets, I would have to. Or you would, like, be in contempt of court. You would literally go to jail. Like, you have to do it.
I don't want to follow this case. I am more so typically intrigued. It's like television, because we see these narratives and you have to be a certain kind of victim for people to sympathize with you or agree with your side. You have to damn near have a perfect record of never, like, this innocence about you, this virgin-like quality to go, okay, now that's a victim. That's a victim. I don't know why. No, it's really not, because when we get to Halle Bailey, who would be presumed to be a Disney little, innocent princess, she's still getting not this treatment, but the same, negative thoughts around what could or couldn't have happened to her. This is just scary to me. I feel really sorry for Cassie. As strong as she is, I don't even want to see this very pregnant lady here to just have to carry the weight of just the shame. I think it's really, really brave. And you'll have people go, well, she knew what it was. Like, she's not the first. What about, all them heifers, all them women that's showing up, all the mamas before? What about Kim Porter? She had examples. She knew. Like, do y'all remember being 18 and 19 years old? I do. Exactly. Do you remember? Do you remember? And let's even say that she was, trying to climb her way through the ladder, and she saw Diddy as an opportunity when she got with him and whatever. Okay, whatever, that's that. Even though Cassie said, he looked like my dad, he looked like a dad, he looked older, I wasn't interested, but he stalked me, rolled me down, whatever. It's two sides to every story. 19 and just saying, okay, let me teach you how to do this. Are you interested in this? Okay, sure. Maybe she was a willing participant at first. Maybe it got,
Your brain's not even
more
developed.
gruesome and horrible. We're not just gonna slap somebody in the face day one with a freak off and baby oil and ketamine and all these other drugs. That is a gradual process. Cassie was there for 10, 11 years. That's a long ass time. So when we speak about, okay, why didn't she leave? Why didn't she just go? Why now? I know two things to be true, especially when we get into the culture. You know who Suge Knight is, and you know who Diddy is. You hear things about Suge Knight, and you hear about Diddy. With the both of them, you hear about money. You gonna hear about some maybe some gang life, maybe even Illuminati, maybe some sexual things and some magic and some dark stuff, whatever with Diddy. But there's always this implication of fear. I was scared. I was scared. If grown ass whatevers are scared to utter a word about Diddy, you thought Cassie was gonna run her ass, and yeah, I'm going. The whole thing with the freak offs and the tapes and call me and that, it was always a plan from the beginning, because I'm gonna trap you into, if you don't cooperate or do whatever the hell I want you to do, even if it's not a freak off, people are gonna see these tapes. I'm going to show people what you've been doing. So now you have the shame, and then you have the drugs, and then you're just doing it, and then time goes by. Does this mean that she could have had some love for Diddy and all of this? You have to be a manipulator to the max to even be a concept of Diddy, to where you can be all of this behind closed doors, but in the public eye, be beloved for however many decades. He has a lot on his side to where he would be protected, and we see that he's still very much protected now, even with him stomping her out. Like, it's just really pathetic. I just wanted to stop. I just wanted to stop, and I want that lady to go somewhere and rest and be sad. I don't know when we're gonna get to the RICO and all those things or whatever, but the quicker we get to that, the better, because this is just not something that I want to see. I think it's disgusting. EJ, I'm gonna come to you. How you feel about Cassie and what's being said?
Yeah, this whole case has been a lot. It's one of those things that's so very, very sensitive that you almost don't want to say too much on it, because everything about it is just such a sensitive subject. And again, as far as the Cassie thing is concerned, Cassie, of course, domestic violence, all of that stuff, that is definitely the illegal part that we've seen, right? But this case is a RICO case that is supposed to present and show that this organization committed these crimes, sex trafficking, all this other stuff. I don't feel like we've gotten there yet. I'm still kind of waiting to see when we're going to get there. I hate that Cassie has to go through all of this. I hate that we're here, that she had to put all of her business out there, because I really do feel like when they asked her if she could redo this, would she have done it? I don't think she would have even filed that lawsuit in the beginning. I don't think she would want where we're at now, where we're at with so many people saying so many different things, because it's like one thing to know a little something, but it's a whole nother thing to know what we know now. Like, it's some stuff that I just didn't want to know ever. I didn't want to know any of that stuff, but now it's kind of there, because some of it's like unfathomable. Like, really, this is what's happening. This is what was going on, all these things. And you just feel so bad because she went through all of this, right? And of course, there are going to be people on both sides of it that's going to be like, well, she was grown, she da-da-da-da. But at the end of the day, I think we are all old enough and grown enough to know that grooming is a real thing. And I think if you just go do a little Google search, you can figure out what grooming is. And it's not that hard to see that this was definitely one of those situations. But speaking specifically to the case, this prosecution has got to get there. They have, I don't know if Cassie was supposed to be the main witness. I get that they're laying down the foundation. We want to get to the character, but I don't think that they did that. I think that all they managed to do was show us more of, I feel like the defense did a little bit of a better job at showing us that, or making people believe that Cassie was a willing participant in all of that. I'm trying to be very, I don't want to do too much. I'm trying to be very clear with my words. I think that they showed us that more than anything is where I'm going with it. And we're not getting what we thought, which was that the grooming part of it. Because if you could have two people and they look at it and be like, no, she participating. And then you look at somebody else and they be like, no, she was definitely groomed. But I think the defense is doing what they're supposed to do. Everybody deserves a defense at the end of the day, no matter how horrible of a person you are. That's what our laws are set up and based around, right? So the defense is doing their job. I get that, but I just need the prosecution. I need there to be a smoking gun. I need us to get to that point where we really see y'all building these RICO charges against him. I need you to show me that this man's organization did this, that, and this, lay out all these things and get us there. Because right now, all you've managed to do is make Cassie just more embarrassed than ever before. And I feel like there could have been a different way we could have did this with her testimony. I don't think that we needed all of those details, but I know why, but I just don't feel like we needed it. I feel like they should have did this just a different way, but we are where we are now. But at the end of the day, hopefully justice will reign. Whatever that justice is just whatever this case is. And sometimes I do think that they may have shot too high with the charges. Like maybe they should have did a different, I don't know exactly what charge, but maybe they should have maybe not shot so high as a RICO case. Maybe we should have brought it down a little bit and did something else that might have been a little more attainable that they could, really prove. Because right now I feel like there's a possibility that he might just get off based on these particular charges. It's the same way when we have murder cases. You go for the higher murder charge instead of going for manslaughter or something like that, because that's what, a lot of times, that's what the families want. We want the higher charge. But manslaughter, we could prove, right? But this, we could not necessarily prove because you want to get the most time. All I'm saying is that maybe they should have brought these charges to something else, and then there wouldn't be even an inkling of could he get away. I just don't think the feds would jump out like this and not have the evidence to prove what needs to be proven.
I don't know. I understand, EJ. It is turning into a bit of a circus. This was a tough week. It's just week one, which is crazy to say. This is just week one. I'll probably keep my eye open and my ears open to listen and see what else is going to unfold. I just know to get to a place and to operate in a way that Diddy has for decades, he was not working alone. So it's going to be really hard to press the issue and take him down without taking down, because I'm talking probably lawyers, doctors. We had all kind of tabs on Cassie and everybody else, bodyguards, policemen, his staff, anybody, child, the Lorian, boom, cats of it all, people who were there and, just allowed stuff to happen, didn't say anything, or people who were willing participants to go hunt Cassie down. And Diddy said he needs you here now, and this, that, and the third. And just all of these, even other people in the industry or moguls or whatever alike, because from the looks of it and what we're seeing in this case, we're only hearing about escorts. It sounds like Cassie was a whole sex slave, and we know what they do with unfortunate, women like Cassie in the industry, and how she could have maybe been treated or been bargained or whatever for him to be whatever. I really don't know, but it definitely needs to be solid to take him all the way down, because let's not act like this is a random, this is P. Diddy. Anything else on Diddy, y'all? Anything?
I'll also say it's certain stuff that I thought we just knew in 2025 that apparently people are still ignorant to. Number one, when people say why people don't just leave, it is literally fact that the most dangerous time for someone in an abusive relationship is when you leave. That is literally the most dangerous time. That is when, honestly, a lot of people are killed or either beaten really, really badly. It is not easy to leave. And also, I have always looked at certain dynamic strange, whether it's Diddy and Cassie when they first came out, whether it was Tommy Mottola and Mariah Carey, whether it was Irv Gotti and Ashanti. When you have uneven power dynamics, when you have young girls, and I know men love a little 19, 21-year-old, they're girls. They're young girls. They're impressionable. They're 9 times out of 10 from certain backgrounds where they want to achieve more. They want to be successful. When you know that, okay, I'll be able to eat, I'll be able to live my dream, I'll be able to have nice things, it is very easy to get taken into coercive relationships that I want to be a part of because they're holding my dream. Like, do people not get the reality of someone is holding your dream? in their hands. Diddy signed that girl to like, what was it, like a 10 album, 8 album
Yeah,
deal?
10 album deal, and she only released one.
Right, and I'm like, that, like, and in this day and age, and I don't even mean day and age like right now, the last 15 years, money means power. Money means surveillance. The way y'all talk about the government listening in and following out, that's what money helps you do. You cannot just leave people that can surveil you, that allegedly was blowing up Kid Cudi car. You can't just leave. I might get in the bus to leave and the nigga blow it up. It's just certain things that I thought people like understood and knew when it comes to being abused. And people who parents are abusive love their parents, protect their parents. Just because people abuse you, hurt you, victimize you, it doesn't mean you don't love them. It doesn't mean you don't want to participate. It doesn't mean you don't want to play the role. You get effed up in the mind and you start, they do stuff to you that make you feel like, oh, this is me and this is my fault and I got to do this to please him. And if I just do X, Y, Z, like it's so much involved. It's not cut and dry. It's not black and white. It's not a situation for anybody to be on the outside and judge, because unless you have been in an abusive dynamic, you have no idea what someone's day-to-day reality is, whether they being abused in a trailer park or abused in the mansion. Abuse is abuse.
I agree.
Anybody else?
I agree. No, I agree 100% with what Nikki said. Abuse is abuse at the end of the day. I'm just hoping that whatever the prosecution does at this point, that they tighten it up. I know that we're at the very beginning and we got a lot of ways to go. It's just from everything that you're seeing right now, I just need it to be a little bit more tighter. I need all the rest of these witnesses to come with the come on, and let's just do what we have to do. Like, do what you came to do, feds, okay? Don't get in here with this foolishness.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want people to realize all of the indecent things that they are trying to attach to her to distract from the point of her being a victim. The more in the time that went on of her doing those things made her more susceptible to the cheating and being around and clinging to these men and all the sexual activity of it all. It all works together. And let's not forget the drugs. The girl was on drugs real bad. Cassie is still taking some type of anti-opioid situation now to make sure that she doesn't relapse. Like, it's bad. It's bad. I don't know. I feel sorry for her, and I just can't wait till this part is over and we can get to somebody else being up there. What you about to say, Ashley?
I just want people of the world to have some bit of humanity. That's all I want. I imagine that was your sister, your daughter, your niece, your cousin, a friend. Like, just have a heart. Damn. Like it's been disgusting what I've been seeing, reading all these think pieces, all of this discourse and comment sections. It's just like, put yourself in that role if you can, to understand how a 19-year-old could find herself in a situation and then for the next 10, 15 years be eating the fruits of that. Like, I just want people to have a little bit of empathy, like the milk of human kindness, like just a little bit of it. Because you have to know this is hard, to bear your everything to the world. And at the end of the day, this is Diddy's trial, not Cassie. So I think they're losing the plot. Like, let's get to the question at hand, because I don't think you can out of one mouth say, oh yeah, I'm not up here to defend Diddy, but like, no, then don't. then stop whatever else the rest that you're going to say. Just leave it there and have a heart. My God.
Absolutely.
From people who can't think.
Yeah. And I don't know, Diddy has always had an air of, like, I'm untouchable. Prior to us ever knowing anything, it's always been gossip about Diddy and his white parties and his sexuality. That's always been there. But now that it's in your face, people are acting shocked and trying to deflect, because most of the time you're, mountain, black excellence, almighty. You want him to remain that. And he's just not that. And people need to just accept that. And if he could do this to her in public, in a hallway, in a hotel,
imagine what
naked in his towel. Mm-hmm. I don't want to hear about what you were doing behind closed doors. Like, I think it's tired. Don't expect too much humanity, Ashley. It's bleak out here.
I don't go in the comments. I do not go in the comments because I can't handle them comments, because I know they rough.
It is. It's rough, and I always handle them. I handle them to the point of like, okay, ooh, that's a black woman. That's a black woman. That's a black woman. Like, I get mad when I see us there. I don't want to see us there because this could be you. This could easily be you. We have so many women, especially testing to DV situations where you're taking it and it's not from a Diddy. It's some, some know nothing who has nothing. So if you have all of that attached to somebody like Diddy who could give you everything and take it away at the same time and literally has your life and career in their hands, to be for real, I don't know. But we gonna take a little pause for the cause. Do know that you guys can communicate anything that you want to say, anything that you want to ask. We are here to answer that. We gonna take a little moment, take a little breath, so we gonna come right back.
It's a new weirdo every week. Put it up for my seeds. No trip for the just trying to have a good time. No trip for the IG disease. Do anything for club. They do anything for club. Do anything for club. They do anything for club. You know you asked for this, right? They do anything for club. Do anything for club. Watch your mouth. Stay in your place. Get out the way. Then your ass can pay. No disrespect. We trippin', but we love, yeah. Swappin', I cost her I bought her the Lambo, she bought me the ring. Swappin', practice, make friends. Nigga, it's never too late. You asked for this, right? Out of this thing.
All right, I needed a moment. I needed a moment after, the Diddy of it all. I swear I ain't mean to click Diddy. Oh my gosh. But I'm actually glad that he is out the way. I tried to talk about it, but I didn't want to talk about all the stuff they put Cassie through or what she was doing. It's bad. It's bad. It's real bad. But yes, trigger warning. That's trigger warning? No. I'm just saying in general, y'all. This is our first time covering hot topics. We normally don't go over here to this side of the pond, but hell, trigger warning.
We talked about the Met Gala when we did our little
I'll be sure for anybody who didn't get one prior to me bringing up Diddy. I think we still talked about it, but we didn't go deep into the freak off of it all or the the BV and the urination of it all. But yeah, trigger warning from the video and all that stuff. Y'all know I'll look at some horror and some stuff in a minute. This ain't nothing, but this is real life. We gotta be serious. Awesome. Okay. Now we can go over here to DDG.
Apparently, Halle Bailey put a restraining order on DDG after she claimed that he smashed her head into a steering wheel and chipped her too. Says he threw her phone out the window and yelled, "Go get it, B." Jesus. These are her bruises from the incident. This is her tooth that was chipped from the steering wheel. And please don't be one of them people like, oh, well, it's barely chipped, so you want the injury to be worse. You rather her mouth be broken up instead. Like, don't be that person. Don't be dense, please. And allegedly, these are the texts of DDG confronting Halle about being with Brent Faiyaz. Supposedly, he sent this screenshot and it says, "This foul bets," in a picture of Brent Faiyaz in the same greenery and background as Halle. And then DDG sent a tweet from Academics. And why is Academics' big, round, Jigglypuff self always in something? He get on my nerves. Anyways, the tweet says, DDG can't see his son because Halle took Halo to be with Brent Faiyaz in St. Lucia. And the text message says, "You think you hurting my feelings when you really just ruining your own image. It's a terrible look. Makes you look disgusting and evil. Enjoy your vacation. Happy Mother's Day. But just have the same energy when it's my turn to have him. I'm on the same stuff." And then we see DDG out with Aiden Ross on stream. And so we get his live reaction of finding out that he has a restraining order against him.
Oh, fuck. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. Don't even. That can't even be real. Fuck all that, bro. Fuck all that. But that can't even be real. That's the thing.
But don't even. But you remember we talked about last night? Fuck all that. Let me say something. It's not.
No, I'm saying. But
cut the camera.
Yo, stop these fake allegations. This is a father. This is a real person. It's a good human being.
But I don't.
But hey, bro, we on stream, bro.
Cut the camera.
I gotta be.
Just don't do it, bro. Come here.
Come here. Goodbye.
That's my real friend. We're not gonna do no false shit to ruin this stream. He's a great human being. He does a lot for a lot of people. He's a man. He's a father, and we're gonna respect him. We're gonna love him. WDDG, and fuck anyone that got anything to say.
Fuck the fake narratives, my nigga. Stop the bullshit. We don't want to hear that shit, bro. That shit is fake.
Listen to R. Kelly.
All right. And this why I be saying y'all don't be having the right friends around y'all. If I read something on the internet about my friend and we're on live, I'm getting off a live so we can handle that. We don't need a reaction video for a restraining order.
In a relationship, I think I have anxious attachment style. Everybody knows.
Now I'm gonna pause here because we have that the incident that has taken place. Before we even dive any further into the situation and the restraining order, I want to take a minute on Halle Bailey, because a lot of us, and I'm saying us Black women, not us here, but there is this tendency to feel like she doesn't deserve any grace now because, girl, we told you. We told you he wasn't ish. He wasn't the one. You were our princess, our little mermaid. And you went over there after all the warnings from us. So now we're washing our hands because we told you he wasn't ish. And you had to go over there and figure it out for yourself. Whatever's transpiring right now for you to get this restraining order, we could give a damn. I really don't like that. I really don't like that. People, especially the older we get, there's a tendency to forget that you were once, early 20s, teenage also, and you had to learn for yourself and make mistakes to learn, like, okay, I shouldn't do that, or I shouldn't accept these things, or the toxic behavior, or whatever. Please allow her to have some grace. Allow her to have some grace and want to be and feel protected. All of that, girl, we told you. You had to go realize that the fire was hot. I don't care what he did, because we warned you. We told you he wasn't the one for you. Don't do that. I really don't like that. Don't do that. But along with the case and all of that, and the restraining order, and why she's getting it, the chipped tooth, the bruises on her arms, and if you have listened to the case, she's trying to buckle the baby up in the seat, and he's telling her get the F out of his car, this, that, and the third. She's trying to just, for what she's saying, I'm inquiring, when are you going to bring my baby back? That's all I want to know. He's being negative. They're getting combative. Hands are being laid. We're fighting, tussling, pulls her hair, smacks her head against the steering wheel in which her tooth is chipped. Now, after all of that, and it's coming to light, and she gets the restraining order, she's requested that he not say anything about her or the baby, moving forward in his streams. If you didn't know, DDG is a YouTuber. He's a streamer. And it seems like now he has weaponized his streamer friends, because you said I couldn't say anything, but my friends still can. Mm-hmm. So where you just had, I don't know, I think his name's Aiden Ross. I don't know what that boy do. I don't follow these people. Like the Casanat space, those men in that space who are friends of DDG, they are hopping on trying to say disparaging things about Halle, and you've laid hands on him as well. She's really not that. Y'all think it's sweet, and it's not. Along with the fan base, DDG's fans base, and along with DDG's family. And if you know anything about DDG, I know because somebody in here is a fan, DDG put his whole family on. There's a whole family of streamers, all the way from the sister, the brother, the extensions of the sister and brother. They all eat because of DDG. So why wouldn't we uplift him? But there has been posts repeatedly going around trying to disparage her character, as well as this video admitting to this is why she's trash. But let me continue.
Fire sign. I get very passionate. I seem nice online and innocent and everything, but you guys do not know. I will go to battle with my yelling, with my words, everything. I'm good at that, right? And if I gotta yell or check anyone, that's what I gotta do. That's just the way I be.
Clap back or sit back. I always have to choose clap back. I'm sorry. I'm a very kind person, but if somebody pokes at me or the people that I love, it's over for you. I'm an Aries. Sorry.
Never have I ever started drama with my boyfriend for no reason.
Put it down.
Now, EJ, I'm going to come to you first, because not only did we get the restraining order, but at this moment, she has sole custody temporary custody, from what I see, of their son, Halo. She is, or the court or whatever, they're allowing supervised visitation with DDG, but it's only for a minimum of 6 hours. And she's also requesting child support because she says she's been the only one financially responsible for the baby. But all of that in the restraining order is everything from, physical, verbal abuse to him, harassing and policing her home, showing up when she's not there, breaking in, taking photos of her bedroom. You're not here. I see what you're on. Always accusing her of cheating. And it's affecting her life, her emotional state, and of course her career, because it seems like at any given time he'll get on his streaming thing and rally up his fans and talk ish, and all of a sudden she's a martyr. But EJ, how do you feel about this case, and how do you feel about, I guess, the restricted visitation as far as Halo is concerned? Because where people were mad at first and saying stuff like that ain't even her tooth, that tooth been broke, that ain't even that. Now they're upset because they feel like 6 hours of visitation is ridiculous, where Haley is feeling like, or Halle, I've tried to work with you. You're not working with me. I tried to consult with you and a lawyer prior to this. You don't want to work out a schedule. You want to show up on me, on Halo, at my home, wherever we are, whenever you feel like it. And 9 times out of 10, when you maybe have our son, he's just with your mother. So I don't care now.
Yeah, no, seriously. Just I've been kind of following this one, through social media and stuff like that, and I've seen everything that's kind of been going on with this. But DDG has always kind of struck me as the type. Honestly, I stand with Halle. I believe her. Usually, I'd be like, I don't know what none of these people got going on, but it's just kind of convenient to me that every time something happens, DDG always runs to the internet. You know who doesn't run to the internet? Is Halle. Never have you seen her run to the internet with any of this stuff. You only see him run to the internet. I feel like a person that runs to the internet so quickly is trying to get people to see my side of this first before something else comes out that, you know what I mean? Like, it's like I'm trying to get you to be my side, be on my side. This is what it is. I want people to see that I'm this person who's trying to be a father, where there's these other people out there who are not. I'm trying to be there. But I really don't think that that's the case. I think that when people are in a relationship and they feel like they have so much access to you, right? And then all of a sudden you're no longer in a relationship, but you still feel like or think because you are the father of this child that you should have access to her this way. And that is just so not true. There should be things that are set in place. There should be visitation schedules that are set in place. Halle is an actress, a singer, all these different things. She's doing all of these different things. And yeah, he's a streamer. I get that as well. And so he's busy too, which means that we need a set schedule. We need boundaries. You can't come to my house just because you want to. That incident when she was sick, that was all over the place. Her and the baby were both sick with RSV, I believe it was. And then you come over there and you're making all of these demands, and she's just trying to protect her child. And I sympathize with that, or empathize with that rather, and listen, I am all for Black men being fathers and all of the above. But what I'm not for is you gaslighting and pretending like you're trying to do all of these grand things when it's really not the case. And I feel like most people should be able to see through this. Like, you should be able to see when a person is gaslighting. That moment right there where he's seeing this on the stream, that's for the stream. You can't tell me that he just found out about that in that moment at that second. No, I don't believe that for one moment. I believe that was a whole setup so that we can get people riled up, and now we can go attack Halle. You know what I'm saying? Or Halle. I don't know how you say her name. But anyway, we can go attack her. I feel like that was all staged. And you do see all of his streamer friends. Everybody all of a sudden knows everything that's been going on. Listen, at the end of the day, I do not care if they were both scrapping, pulling on each other, whatever the heck they were doing. The minute you take this woman's head, put it into a steering wheel, you chip her tooth, the minute you show up at her place, taking pictures of her, that is stalkerism, sir. All of these things you are going to another level. Okay, you want to say, hey, we were tussling, like she was fighting me. I don't give a darn about any of that. We were fighting, yada, yada, yada. You shouldn't put your hands on people, period. Like, you shouldn't have took her head and put it into no doggone steering wheel. And I don't care about that video that they keep trying to pop up where she talks about how her tooth was chipped or whatever. She didn't say how her tooth was chipped. She didn't say if somebody did it. She just simply talked about her tooth being chipped. That was it. We don't know the circumstances behind that. Like, I just hate all of these different narratives that they keep trying to push. And why are Black women so unprotected? How can the damn princess, how can the damn mermaid be unprotected? She's the Little Mermaid, for crying out loud. She's never been problematic ever. We've never seen her in a bunch of stuff. Guess when we see her name pop up the most now? Attached to this Joker right here. That's when we see her name pop up the most. And she is young. She's young and she made decisions to be with this man. And we all choose the wrong person at some point in life. Like, especially when you're young, you do dumb shit. I mean, it is what it is. Like, we just do. And sometimes we choose the wrong people to procreate with, and it happens. How many stories have you heard about my baby daddy is this or that? You just chose the wrong person, and now she has to deal with this for the next 18 years of her life. I wish her nothing but less stress as possible. But I feel like with this character right here, this is going to be a long 18 years for her, and I just pray for her because that's all you can do at this point.
What I will say with Halle and other women, because this isn't her arm. It looks to be like the same type of bruise in the exact same spot, which is telling for certain abusers that we're gonna, put something here where it could be covered up. This is Ruby Rose. This is the girlfriend prior, and this is someone who spoke out or even tried to speak up when, like, well, girl, he was texting me. As far as Halle is concerned and other women alike, don't always think you're different. Don't think you're different. When you see red flags like this or someone's telling you something, and we don't want to take it verbatim because where we have, the Halle Bailey and the Princess and the Mermaid, Ruby Rose is maybe seen as, a Instagram model or like a thought, if you will. I don't want to call her that, but yeah, so we don't really care. Believe and listen to other women when they are trying to tell you something, because this isn't, from what we see, his first offense, or there's other scenarios with previous girlfriends where he's displayed the same type of behavior. I will say for DDG, I will never validate people putting their hands on each other or it having a different meaning when it's a woman. Nobody needs to put their hands on anybody. If it is all that, if it is all about your son, go to court. The moment that hands were laid on you, like as a man and as a father, if you're trying to be that, you protect yourself. There has been so many moments of him going to the internet, and you really dug a hole because she never speaks. She never speaks on anything unless it's work related or her sister, and you see her on the carpet. She doesn't say anything. Meanwhile, your mouth is, loud and all outside. And I want to see my son. And this is about my son. Do the logical things to protect yourself and have your son, so that when sides are being taken and we go to court, you're now getting 6 hours, and who knows how long that's going to last. But as a man, go to court and protect yourself. Make it about that, because when you have him reacting to that video, it's like, oh, this can't be for real, this can't be that. I think he maybe felt like because she does have such a clean image, much like, a Cassie Diddy situation, this isn't something you want out there. So you're probably not going to ever say anything. And now that she has, it's like, well, oh, hell, you probably should have took your ass to court to take having your son and being a dad seriously. And y'all need to freaking pipe down with let him be a dad. There's so many men out there that you don't get a damn badge for trying to be a good father. You don't. You should just be being a good damn father anyway. Everybody always wants to hand out princess points. Shout out to Chi-Chi. You don't get no damn princess points. He a good father. Most people wouldn't look at him, and you can't look at anybody, including Halle Bailey, in their online image and equate to the type of person that they are. All of this is curated. Wake up. But all of those gold stars because he's a good dad. Shut the hell up. Ashley?
So there's only a couple things I even want to speak to on this because it's just ridiculous. But first, I do want to address the women, the aunties, the mamas with this I told you so energy, or I don't really give a damn because we tried to warn her. Girl, how many times was you warned? before you got with that baby daddy of yours, before you got with that knucklehead who's still outside your door. Like, let's stop doing that. To me, that is so aggravating and annoying. We've all made mistakes. We've all made our own decisions. And I bet when you got pregnant at 15 and had to stand up in front of the church and tell everybody you were sorry for screwing the pastor's son, that, you know, you didn't want that to happen. So why are we rehearsing that generational trauma again? That's what pisses me off more than anything about this whole situation. DDG on DDG. DDG been stalking Heffa since he was 17, 16 years old. I just saw a clip today on TikTok of a little girl like, why are you here? How did you know where I was? Like, he been on this type of time and energy, so nothing about him, his fan base, his friends surprised me at all. There will always be a mediocre man thinking exceptional black woman is trying to frame him. My thing is, what would be Halle's motivation, DDG? Oh, it's a setup. Everybody want to bring a black man down. Nobody wants to bring you down, Buki. You brought yourself down. That's all I've been reading in the comment section. Oh, she's a bitter baby mama. This is bitter baby mama behavior. Baby, you are the least of the worries. I assure you. DDG, go worry about that leg and that weird thrombosis situation you got going on. Go get that checked out. Go worry about your streaming career. Go worry about Kai Cenat and all of them. And just leave Halle alone. Leave Halle alone. Let her do her thing. And that little clip was very edited and very choppy. You know, oh yeah, this is why Halle's problematic. We can all be problematic. We can all be problematic in certain situations. I think this is probably a relationship that just never should have been. But she would have never gone to the internet. She would have probably never even filed the restraining order had he left baby Halo off them streams. Honestly, this is what he wanted. You wanted that action? Baby, you got it. I mean, why are you mad now? Like, why are we mad? Like, it's par for the course, in my opinion. That's all I got.
Not maybe he was gonna buy Tubi. That's the narrative. He was reaching his peak in like streamer success, and now she want to pick this moment to bring him down a peg. Like, what? Do y'all really think people be over? It's funny. Nikki?
That Tubi comment, I done lost my train of thought. Like,
sorry.
That's the first thing you know, he was trying to buy Nestle copyright. Lord, yeah, I agree with everything that has been said. And I know that people ain't gonna like when I say this, but this is why I will always champion an abort mission. Because I would never want to be tied to a man like this. Please just abort mission real quick. But I did see a video that was like comparing Keke Palmer and her baby daddy and what she went through with like Halle Bailey and DDG. And ladies, abort mission. I'm so sorry. But I will say I'm with Ashley. No matter what level it may be on, we've all made decisions that turned out to not be the best. Literally. I don't care if he was 18. I don't care if he was 58. We done all made a non-smart decision at one point or another. And it's varying scales of it. Some of us made the kind of the decisions that's going to follow us for the rest of our life. Some of us made the kind of we could just stick in the back of our closet and nobody will ever know. But no matter what, we all did something. But it is definitely just in my opinion, a sad situation all around because there is an innocent child in the middle of this. And however it goes down, this terrible man is his father. But I can't stand the whole he a father. Serial killers was father's child. Like, what is that supposed to mean? And it's so funny how that be the main thing people yell because the man who ejaculated and made me, I don't know that man, but the first thing he gonna yell is he a father. That's the first thing he gonna scream. And I couldn't tell you that man's birthday. I truly couldn't. But it's like something that's like used, like, oh, you know, just a black man trying to be oh my God, I can't take it. I really can't take it. But it's a sad situation. I do believe her. I do believe he was abusive. And I don't like the narrative of them playing that video because one thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna curse a man out. I'm gonna curse you out, okay? I'm gonna call you a little bitch ass nigga. I will do it. That don't mean that I should get my head knocked into the steering wheel because the first thing what we're gonna do is we little crazy. Saying something crazy and domestic violence are two vastly different things. Like, I don't know why they're playing that video as to say what is that supposed to mean? She deserved to get her tooth chipped because she said she's sassy, or she started
Nikki, don't even go in on that tooth, because they say not only is it not her tooth, but if it is, like, girl, that's barely anything. Relax.
Oh, so it's okay if you just chip the tooth a little bit.
Little bit.
Just a little bit.
Okay, I got it. Okay, yeah. And y'all ain't even had a dental cleaning in God knows how long, but y'all want to talk about the girl tooth ain't chipped enough. Like, y'all ain't even got your enamel right in your mouth, okay? Like, y'all don't brush your tongue. I can't with all the little nitpicky stuff that people do. And like I said, I think it's just a dangerous time because it just makes victims less likely to speak up because I talked back that one time or something along those lines, and now it's my fault he hit me. I don't talk back every time, and I'm be loud. I'm be real loud too. But that don't mean that anybody has the right to physically assault you. Like, that's crazy.
I will say I do like the opposites as far as maybe Cassie and how she's being treated, and well, you were this, and then you have Halle Bailey here who literally does nothing, and she's young, and there's this sweet white lily innocence about her and the princess and the Disney, and she's still not acceptable from, okay, well, yeah, you're still going to get the same questionable treatment. You're not going to be any more protected than maybe a Cassie or I don't know, Keke Palmer or all of the other incidents that we've seen over time. I just protect yourself. I'm just glad that she went forward and did what we needed to do. Stop talking and going online. I think the state of the world and the culture is kind of make people stupid. If there's something going on and your child is at stake, go to the police, your child or your livelihood, whatever. Go to the court, go file a case, do what you have to do. Not everything is for views and public consumption. And I think that was DDG mistake. He didn't think fat meat was greasy. Not only did we file this, but I have complete footage from my ring cam before maybe he broke it, or the third, fourth time he broke it, of you treating me this way, of you putting your hands on me, of this, that, and that. And I don't know why anybody's expecting his mom to step up and say something and read him his rights, or a sister, or any of his other family members. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Not only did he, put his whole family on and he's supporting them financially, but in most cases, your son is just your son. And girl, yeah. What are y'all expecting her to do? She's not about to. Yeah, she won't hold her son accountable, or anybody in his space, the streamers, the friends, the whatever, going to hold him accountable. No, we're not going to do that. So stop looking for that. But anything else anybody wants to share on Miss Halle Bailey and DDG?
And let's be clear, because somebody in the comments said something real ignorant. Let's be very clear. There is nothing. I don't care if you say he ain't good in bed, his penis small, his mama ugly, his mama hoe. There is nothing that your romantic partner should be able to say to provoke you to physically assault them. Physically assaulting. I thought we all learned this. Physically putting your hands on people is not okay for no reason when you are in a romantic partnership, okay? And I'm saying in a romantic partnership because, but if you are in a romantic partnership, I don't care what nobody say. If somebody can say something to make you hit them, punch them, bash their head into the wall, y'all shouldn't be together. And you need to go get anger management and take some classes and talk to somebody.
And yeah, she laid her case out. And it's not easy to get restraining orders. It shouldn't be this hard, but it's not easy. You really have to have really great proof and evidence to have that happen. And I'm just glad that she followed through with it and she didn't let all the backlash that I'm probably sure she knew she would receive, because the minor we received when she just said, can you not have my baby on stream, and if you do, can you tell me like ahead of time where you're going? They was all down a girl neck because she said that. Like, I knew she would feel like they're about to jump on me, but this is about my livelihood and my son, so I need to follow through with this. I'm glad she did. Anybody else?
Yeah, just last thing, this is my last little thought on this. that brother, whoever he is, that little joker that the little baby boy always have to tell him how to treat women, he shouldn't get up there and say nothing to nobody else. This little boy had to get up there and tell you how to treat his own mama. I'm sorry. You doing too much. I just couldn't stand that. I was like, I know he didn't just get online when this boy didn't. I can't think of the little boy name that always have to tell him.
Girl, I don't know. Pop some. I don't know. Snoop, Snap. I don't know. The boy with the braids. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, the little baby. He always have to tell him how to treat his mama, and I'm like, you don't even have room to talk. I know y'all want to take up for him. I know y'all want to do whatever it is and try to clean this up. But if he would just stop recording, it wouldn't be a problem. But that is the problem. I don't even for one second believe that she, like somebody in the comments was saying, oh, she shouldn't have. She was playing in our faces or whatever about this pregnancy. Celebrities can protect their privacy if they want to. That is their business. We don't have to be privy to their private things. If she wants to keep her pregnancy private, that's fine. But I tell you who probably did want her to keep it private.
It's woo-wop, EJ.
Woo-wop. Yeah, woo-wop. I know who did want her to keep it private was the person that makes money off of showing everything. And that's more so where the thing comes in at. I'm sorry, the internet is not for everything. Keep your stuff off the doggone internet. Irritates me.
Ashley, anything on your end?
Girl, no, I'm ready to be done with these people. Diddy and Halle.
Oh, okay. Well, with that out the way, we gonna move on to some lighter work for a second. Let's go.
Oh Lord,
we're gonna move on here to not y'all saying finally to some lighter things because I saw this video of these kids graduating from high school. And there's been a conversation of whether or not it was appropriate, whether or not it was too much, but mostly was it ratchet? Was it ghetto? Or you guys just throwing this out there because they're Black high school students or were they doing the damn most? But we're going to watch them in action and then we are going to make our decision. Let's see if they was doing the most. Now, we just graduated. Like, look, it's high school, baby. We outside. Yes, Phil. Now, of course, I had to mute it because they was playing some music, child. But baby, they doing the most. But keep going. They getting it, having a good old time. Show did because I graduated. Y'all wouldn't. But they gave them the floor and the opportunity to cut up, and they chose to. But let's keep going because it gets going, baby. But the narrative is this was too much. It's ghetto. It's ratchet. Mind you, no riots were incited. From what I saw, nobody got hurt. They were just, celebrating. I graduated and I'm happy about it. And a lot of people had something to say about it. Like, here y'all go. Always making us look bad. Just graduate and walk your ass across that stage and be set. This is too freaking much. Yeah, but we cutting up. We're cutting up. But I'm gonna pause here. EJ, I'm gonna come to you first. Is this Black Joy or is this just a ghetto ratchet graduation?
Listen, I'm here for it all. Listen, first of all, I don't know the statistics, so I'm not even gonna pretend like I do. I'm pretty sure I could say, "Hey Siri, can you give me the statistics on this?" But a lot of people, I can't even say fucking statistics. Anyway, but a lot of people won't even graduate. Let's just keep it real. A lot of people will not even get to that day where they get to graduate. Some people, it may take them a couple of times to graduate. At the end of the day, this is a celebration. This is a milestone. This is us reaching something that we have been working for ever since we was a kid. These people waking us up in the morning talking about we got to go to this place, go to this class, we got to do all these things like we got a darn job, right? And then we get to the end of the road where we get to finally celebrate that we do not have to get up at 6 o'clock in the doggone morning to catch a bus. And our mama screaming at us when we miss it because she don't want to take us. Like, seriously, I understand why these kids were so doggone happy. So I am Black joying them all day. I do not see the ghetto in this. I mean, there's some little moments, but that's okay. They doing what they doing, and I'm here for it. I would have been right there with them like, yes, baby, yes. Because guess what? Old girl down the street, she didn't make it. But guess what? I got mine. Okay?
I will say, after seeing so many graduation ceremonies where you do have faculty, staff, fellow teachers, admin, depending on who the student is, sometimes they don't even, reach their, like, shake their hand, or you could tell like there's some tension there, and it's just like, there's a need to be sat, be stiff, and keep your head straight, walk across stage, go sit down. It's very, very formal. So this was extremely interesting to me. Ashley?
These babies was having a good time. Do y'all want to know what happened at my high school graduation? Now that was ratchet as hell. That white man got up there and had his robe on, pulled out a mini little tape recorder that was playing "I'm Too Sexy for My Shirt" and stripped down to a red sparkly G-string while giving the valedictory speech. Yes, that's what happened at my graduation. That was ratchet as hell.
Actually, you lied.
We saw beans and weenies. I would never make that up. There was no TikTok then. If it was, it would have been viral. But no, I think Black people have always had the ability to express themselves through dance, through shouting, through music, through all of those things. The administration was fond of it. All of these Black and brown babies accomplished a thing. Get as free and as loose as you want to. And somebody in the comments said it's Louisiana, so it makes sense. This is Black joy. I'm here for it. Have a ball.
Oh, this Louisiana said, "Let me sing it. They grabbing on my shirt." That's what they probably dancing to. Nikki, is this Black joy, or is it just a bit much? Is it ghetto? Is it ratchet?
I feel like it's exhausting how much Blackness is heavily policed. Don't, you can't use a certain slang. You can't talk a certain way. You can't dance. You can't do this. Your hair color can't be that. You can't. It's so exhausting. I think these kids are celebrating as they should. It is quite a feat. You got your high school diploma. I feel like we are in a strange age of like anti-intellectuals. We had the phase of them telling Black women they should be proud of their college degrees and all kind of stuff. Baby, be proud of your degrees. Be proud of your education. Celebrate where you can celebrate, especially as a Negro in America. Celebrate when you got a chance to celebrate. Be happy when you got a chance to be happy. Do your backflip. I'm jealous because I could never do no damn backflip in my life, okay? And they doing backflips like it's nothing. The only issue that I have with this video, and it's a real problem. Baby, that slipped and fell. So you're effing up the rotation, okay?
She got her back up. She said she hopped up. She got it right. She was like, look, she Beyonce that thing.
She got right back up.
I said, let the kids have fun. Let's please stop. And it's mainly Black folk that be policing how other people like Blackness. And it's rooted. I know where it's rooted. But we got to come up out of that. If you see somebody with whatever they're doing, let them people be free. Let them be free. Let them live. They ain't breaking no laws. They not hurting nobody. They ain't like, come on, man. Let's really calm down. Just let the kids have a good time. Because my mama better be lucky I graduated high school because I was ready to dip in like 9th grade. Okay, let the baby celebrate.
I'm just glad that they were able to do this because, like I said, it's normally stiff and formulaic, and you put your little lash on the side, and you might be able. They had start regulating like you can't even toss your hat up no more. Don't even think about tossing up your hat. Okay. Like let them live. I enjoyed this, but the fact that it was policed and ghetto and ratchet, I was like, hold up. Well, let's move on. I just had a question. Grabbing on my shirt.
Kids today, I have 5. I told them, look, when you guys graduate from college, you don't have to go anywhere. You can come back to the house. I got 5,000 square feet back here and 10 acres back this way.
Talk about it.
So what are we doing? When you graduate, unless you had that perfect job or you're getting married or something, come back home. Let's put all the money in your checks also. Let's put it in a trust, the trust I currently have. Let's let that trust keep making interest, and everybody gets a payout every month until you decide to leave. Because this will be paid off pretty soon. There is no need to restart the wheel and having our kids start at zero and struggle. Now, if they want to go out and be strong and do their thing, fine. They may do well. I don't know at first. Because everybody has to leave the house. I get it. But even with my sons and my daughters, I got empty rooms in here that I'm not using now because they're going to college, 3 of them. And I can see how it can be advantageous to have them come back instead of continuing to go on. So if you have children, if they can do the right thing, help keep the house clean, Be respectful, come in at a decent time. Have them come back home instead of being out there struggling with your grandkids maybe or whatever they doing, because there's enough space in some of these houses to stay together and build together. So that's my rant for the day.
Now look here. I don't know why this man fell into my lap, but he did, and I felt like he needed to be here. Oh, coming up, and Mama, I love POP, hold it down, Mama, I love you. But in our culture, especially if you're a millennial or even underneath there, older, there was a tendency of, so you're turning 18 next month. What is your plan? What are you gonna do? Where are you gonna go? And how you gonna get there? Baby, it is extremely intimidating. I can remember being 18 or 17, about to be 18, and being flustered, like, because it was like, I knew it was like Jeopardy, like, doo doo doo, like the clock is, oh my God, I gotta figure something out. I gotta figure something out. We are unfortunately of the space in the culture of, well, you ain't finna just be in here living off of me. You got to go figure it out just like I did. So the moment that you're 18, sometimes before that, you got to go. It has been really nice in this space to see the generation now go, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Not only are we not doing that, but we would prefer that our kids come back home if they have the opportunity to stack, to save, to invest, so that way we're not out on that limb, on that bridge alone, trying to figure out what we're going to do because you need to go right now. It always feels like you are on a clock to have a plan, whether that's college, whether it's a job, whether it's, you going into some tech or some a trade. I don't know. Whether you have, you might be an early teen parent, whatever, you have to figure it out. I carried you this far. Now I have to set you free. I'm just glad that things are being validated now to go, that's wrong. Or, maybe it's not wrong to some, but I used to see other cultures coming up, people who weren't Black, and it'll be just so many of them working and saving and stacking. And then you'll see them all, eventually they all have cars, then they all have homes, and then we separate. But typically all the generations sometimes are there. And I was like, what the hell are they doing in there? Why are they all in there together? What's happening? Don't you want to go? I had to go. Oh my God, how are you existing? It's because they had a plan that we weren't kind of privy to at first. And I was like, oh, that's what you guys are doing in there. And that's what I need to do too. Ashley, I'm coming to you first because you was hype. How do you feel?
Yes, this is a Black king right there. That's a man. That's a father. That's a husband. Ladies who are looking and out here in these dating streets, this is what you want. This is what generational wealth look like, all right? This is what opulence and perpetuity looks like. No, this is so beautiful, and I wish more people within the diaspora adopted this type of mindset, because everything I've been seeing, because it is graduation season, on my TikTok are these babies crying, not knowing what their next step is going to be because they have 7 days to get out their mama house, which is sickening to me, because my mother was of the mindset, baby, you can stay home as long as you need to. There was never a pressure. There was never a weight. But again, she was from a different generation as well. I saw a lot of friends and a lot of people go through that insecurity. Well, if you don't have a job and not going to college, you can't be here. Like, there's nothing for you to do. A gap year, what's that? Like, they weren't taking it. So I really, really love this approach, and I wish more of us would do it. But I know even for the people who've attained a level of wealth, there is this thing a lot of times within our community, well, I worked hard for it, so you have to work hard for it. I'm not going to give you this extra foot up or hand, whatever, because I had to work for it. Nobody gave it to me. And I think it's sickening, because what did you work for? If you can't pass that down to generation, and every generation has it easier, what was the point? You can't take it with you, Buki. Like, I don't get that. And if I feel as though I raised my children right, it will never be an entitlement situation or they don't know the value of a dollar. It'll never be that if you raise them right from the beginning. So I love this. I'm glad you found him, Tyra. This blessed me. This blessed my whole, and this is how you nation build. I know everybody out here trying to be poly with 10 wives, but this is how you nation build. This right here. This how you do it. No shade, no shame. Just saying.
EJ, you letting them babies come home?
Absolutely. I always told my daughter that like, when she graduated from college, she could always come back here. Like it was always the plan to make sure that she didn't have to get out there and struggle in any type of way. That wasn't the mindset. Like that wasn't gonna be on her mind. Like she would be able to do what she needed to do, because I'm not always gonna be here at the end of the day. I need to make sure that she's gonna be able to be self-sufficient and be able to take care of herself. But why am I going to push her out there to do something that she doesn't have to do right now? Why am I going to push her to have to go and struggle in any type of way when she doesn't have to, when she can not have to start out at zero, but start out at 10 instead and be able to build off of that? I've just always felt like that's the mindset that I wanted to take and the approach that I wanted to take. But I do see that there are people who, and even if there are people who have the opposite mindset. As soon as you turn 18, that's it. You're done. I'm done. It's like, oh, it's over with. But I don't think that it stops there. 18-year-olds, 19, they're still, the word teen is in that. They are still trying to grow. Like, why would you want your offspring to have to go out? And this is no disrespect to anybody who may feel opposite. This is just my opinion. But why would you want your child to have to go out and struggle in life? Why would you want them to go through the same exact thing that you went through when you can help them to start out here? And then that same mindset will probably trickle down to them as well when they have children. And now you're building a generation that is not going to always have to start over. This kind of travels into the other conversation that I was hearing about nepotism, because when you think about that, somebody who's already successful and has influence and power and all this stuff, and i.e. LeBron James is, and I think it was some other, the Sanders thing, when these whole conversations were going, like, why would you not give your kids the opportunity, if you have the power to give them a head start? Why wouldn't you? Other people have been doing this for years. Do you think little Billy Bob, little Billy Joe, whoever he is, deserve to be on that board? That woman, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you think that he just all of a sudden, no, because their parents made it to where, okay, when you turn 18, you're going to be on this board. You're going to have something. That's giving them that head start in life that they need. And if this is what you can do to give your child a head start, why not do it? Why not do it? As long as there's a plan in place, I don't see what the problem is. And 9 times out of 10, you don't want to be at the house by yourself anyway.
I don't know. I don't like the narrative of the parents, like, you be around here. It's like they've been waiting. Like, I don't think they realize the rooted resentment it could cause to feel like you've been waiting for the moment of me turning 18, and now you got to go out and get it, because you ain't finna just be like, well, damn, how long were you waiting? Did the clock start when I came out, or did it just start last month? Like, it's just bad. But I love the conversation. Nikki, can them kids come home?
Yeah, I feel like y'all done said everything that really needs to be said. I mean, I absolutely 100% agree. It was always real. I really feel like it's a lot of people who are parents who didn't want to be parents, if I'm being honest with y'all, because I always thought it was the strangest, sickest thing when I was a kid, and I would hear parents say they can't wait till they child 18. I can't wait to have my free. Well, you could have kept. You didn't have to wait 18 years. Why did you have a baby? Like, it's so sick to me when people really count down till their kids are 18. It is a real thing. They literally be counting down. But I absolutely believe in nepotism in whatever bracket you are at. However you can help your kids, especially your black kids. Like, the world ain't finna give them nothing, no cushion, no help, no nothing. Like, give them whatever cushion you can give them to help them. And I agree with Ashley. Isn't the point of struggling so that your kids don't have to struggle? I just don't understand that. Why would you want your kids to have to go through such a brutal fight that you had to go through to get to where you are? I realize it is a very much a place of privilege to even have parents that have space for you to stay with them, who can afford for you to stay with them. I was very lucky. I was able to stay with my mama, moved out, F that up, moved back in, moved out, moved back in. Eventually she told me I couldn't come back, but that's because I was trifling, child. But let the kids make mistakes, fail. Teach your kids how to budget. Y'all cannot just send these babies out into this world, into this America at 18 and expect them to be able to fend for themselves. No. Teach our kids how to budget. Teach them how to do their taxes. Teach them how to go on a job interview. Teach them how to live in the world and give them the cushion to fail, to mess up, to make mistakes, and know that their parent got their back, and that parenting does not end when your child is 18. I'm 40 and my mama's still parenting. I'm still on her nerve. Like, your kids turning 18 does not believe me. You get to just lay your head on your pillow, and parenting is forever. Parenting is until you or your child is in the grave, and God willing, you'll be in the grave before your child. You are a parent forever. When little Jimmy finna marry that girl you don't like, who you know ain't no good, you still show up for your child and you beat up for them. Okay? Like, show up for y'all kids. Like, stop being so harsh to these kids. Like, I get it. Kids gotta learn responsibility. The kids gotta learn, whatever the hell they gotta learn. I don't know. I ain't got kids, but whatever y'all kids need to learn, look, they gotta learn it. But they could learn it with their parents still being by their side and still championing them and still supporting them and still having their back and still giving them a safety net when they need that, when they fall.
Yeah, it ain't even kids gotta learn. I think most of the parents that have that fear, most of the kids who would dare misuse or take advantage of this opportunity and think it's a window to be lazy and I ain't gotta and take it for granted, you need to question your parenting and what you instilled in that kid.
Because let me tell you, elder blacks be so concerned with you being lazy. Like, baby, ain't no way we can be lazy. Because y'all done made us get up and clean the whole house every Saturday morning. Like, we can't be lazy. I'm so sick of black people with this whole lazy thing. Baby, we not lazy. I mean, I'm lazy, but everybody else, they not lazy.
I don't understand what's the problem.
Fat, black, and ugly in Times Square is wild.
Y'all talking about her? She look like your mother.
Like, they really think we're a joke.
She look like your mother.
Big behind, 12-foot, overweight.
She look like her.
Black woman.
She look like me.
You look like me.
That is what they chose to represent us.
I am very happy that she's there.
That's what they think about us, y'all.
She's very intimidating. When you walk by her, you just gotta respect her. And the only person that should really be mad is a black woman.
There's nothing attractive about the statue.
And we're not mad.
And ugly?
Fat, black, and ugly in Times Square is wild. Like, they really think we're a joke.
This New York statue has ignited a massive debate online. And it's not just about the statue, it's about black women and beauty standards.
Like, she looks like me. You're showing how much you actually hate the normal, everyday black woman. That I have to be over the top and get my body done and get my face fixed.
A lot of people are mad at that statue in New York of the black woman because she's dressed in a t-shirt and probably some leggings or jeans. You all treated yourself how you wanted other people to treat you. That statue wouldn't be there right now. If y'all didn't think t-shirts and leggings were outfits, that statue wouldn't be there right now. If they see black women as pygmishas, that's what they're going to use to represent y'all.
Now, the statue was created by an artist who wanted to have some contrast between the two white male statues in Times Square. The statue stands about 12 feet tall and is depicting a black woman. Some of the sentiment that I've been seeing online is people are saying, look, this looks like your sister, this looks like your mom, this looks like your aunt. Now, the artist wanted to make sure that they were able to capture the everyday woman. Again, I'm Kenny James for Blavity. Drop me what your thoughts are in the comments.
Now I put these here because there has been, all this talk about this statue in Times Square and this black woman. This isn't the only most recent statue. There's also a statue in Italy, this gold one here with this black woman who appears to be on her phone, and another statue in San Francisco that is depicted over here to the right. But Nikki, I'm going to come to you first. Do you feel like, these are better pictures of the statues, but do you feel like the statue is at all problematic and it is depicting an unattractive black woman? And if they could have put any statue here, You strategically put this here to embarrass us, to depict us in a negative light, because how dare you put a black woman who looks like this in the middle of Times Square?
I like the young lady who kept saying, "It's your mother. It's your mother." Okay. And I wish you had it to play. There was a video that Lizzo did in front of the statue with like one of her songs playing, and it had Cat Williams over it talking about, I can't remember what it said, but it was pretty much like, you could be anything in America, but you better not be fat black woman. I love the statue. I agree. It is everyday black women. I don't know if y'all wanted a statue of an IG model. The fat phobia got to stop. The average black woman, okay? She got a little cornbread curve to her, okay? She got a little cornbread curves, okay? She got a little fried pork chop, but I'm going to say vegan pork chop. But you know, the average black woman got a little booty dimples, okay? She got a little cellulite, and it ain't nothing wrong with that, okay? She got a little belly rolls, okay? I don't see nothing wrong with the statue. I don't know why the statue is there. I don't know where it came from. I don't know why they plopped. I don't know. Okay, but I'm all for the statue. I don't think it's black women are a joke. I agree with the young lady who said y'all just hate the average. The average black woman is not the IG model. I don't know if y'all wanted Dr. Miami to sculpt the damn statue or whatever. But I don't see nothing wrong with it. I don't have a problem. I mean, she really ain't even that fat, if we're gonna be honest. She ain't. What is she, 180? Like that lady's under 200 pounds. That sculpture is under 200 pounds. I think we just the fat look. It's fat phobic. I mean, I just don't see it being nothing else. I don't see nothing wrong with the statue. I don't think it's an unattractive black woman. I think you're telling on yourself if you say it's unattractive. I don't think it is. I don't see nothing wrong with it. It looked like your mother.
I think social media has kind of made people a bit disillusioned with what the average everyday woman looks like, black or not. Most women don't look like, what you see on your timeline. I don't have a problem with the statue, and like the artist said, and this is the artist, like this is the artist. No, the woman here above in the let me go back some with this here. Wait, god damn it. This image here, let me see if she'll pop up. And she's positioned here. She's like, baby, this is myself. I put myself here. I wanted some contrast between these two white statues, male statues that we have here. Yeah, this is the artist here. And she's like, yeah, I'm depicting myself and depicting the women that I feel like I see. And it's all, falls under the guidelines of representation. This is definitely rooted in some fat phobia, because it's not like this is the only statue, of course, in existence. I think I saw a comment here that says, there's also a different statue in the UK now. But this isn't the sole representation. I think it's just because it's so publicized and not New York City. You put her big self in New York? Why? We don't look like that. EJ, is this problematic to you? Do you have a problem with the statue?
No, actually I don't. I had to go try to zoom in on it. I went and got me a bigger picture of it because I wanted to really get the detail of it. It looks like she might have some braids. It looks like she has a t-shirt on. It looks like I don't see anything about it that says problematic. From what I see, she seems like an average black woman to me. Like, everybody is not skinty if that's what they're looking for. Like, I think that Instagram really does have us a little bit disillusioned. Like, we think that everything is Instagram. Instagram is the fakest place in the world, just an FYI. It is so freaking polished. Everything about it is fake. And people have to realize that it is for entertainment purposes only. The 50 gazillion videos that pop up and say, I ate this because and got this. Yeah, stop lying. Anyway, that's for a whole nother thing. All I'm saying is that this actually is very tasteful. I actually like the statue, to be honest. I think it's not painting this unrealistic expectation. It's also not painting an unhealthy black woman either. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I know where I know where these people going. They trying to go with, oh, she's thick. No, the thing is that a lot of black women are thick. Like, and that doesn't mean the F, because I hate using the F word. I hate using that, but she's just a thick woman, and we do have hips, we do have curves, we do have all of these things, and I don't see the problem with it. It's not like she has. I'm really trying to figure out the problem. I'm like looking like, is there something I'm missing? Like, what is the issue with it? I don't know. And these videos, it was very funny. Just that one lady who almost darn near, she looked black to me. Maybe she wasn't black because she kept saying y'all, and I'm just like, aren't you black? Like, I don't know. Like, I had to rewind that one. But anyway, yeah. I mean, when it's all said and done, I think the statue is. I think it, and I like it. I think that it's a good thing. I think it's good to have contrast. And if you want to see something skinty, and if you want to see fake things, just go to Instagram. There are like plenty of fake things going around. So have at it.
I don't know. I'm just happy that there is any representation because all of them masters and whatnot, all of they damn statues still up. All them plantation and descendants, they damn statues up. I'm glad we up somewhere. Personally, Ashley, unattractive black woman statue.
Girl, people hate themselves for real. They hate where they come from. They hate the women who brought them into this world. They hate their aunties. They hate their cousins. They hate their daughters, and they hate their sisters at this point. Because for me, like, art is supposed to spark debate, right? Like, but I don't see an issue when they're installing them big old phallic statues. There's always an art installation that they're putting up, and I want to know why it's us, like us in the room, that are the heaviest critics of this piece. Like, why did this heifer putting on her makeup, and she's a consistent rage baiter on TikTok, that I'm just a girl chick.
Oh, I don't know.
Her, you say her.
Yeah.
But why do you hate your face? Why do you hate your skin so much? Why do you hate everything that you are? It's very disturbing. It's very telling to me. Art is subjective, and people can feel how they feel about it, right? Like, I wish she would have been dressed this way. I wish it would have been this. Fine. It's fine for you to wish, but the fact that there are whole comment sections and videos that are denigrating this person, the muse of this work, she's fat, she's ugly, she's this, she's that. Really? Like, damn. Like, y'all don't have a problem with anything else that gets erected. You don't have a problem with all them Confederate monuments downstairs. You wasn't at near one rally, but you got a problem with this. I think this is every woman. I think this woman is a part of all of us. I think she's who gave birth to us. I think she's why we're here. And I think it's very telling, and I think it's very disturbing that the biggest critics of it are us Black people, men and women alike, and really a lot more women that I see in the space that are talking about that. And I didn't even know anybody was still listening to Shira the Witch, if I can be honest with you. I didn't know they were still over there listening to her. And I'm not being funny. She is a real witch. But yeah, ain't nobody paying no attention to her.
To who?
Shira 7, the one who said y'all pick me.
I don't be on TikTok. I don't know who any of these people are.
I don't know who she is. I do not know that woman.
My thing is, I thought, if we were trying to rage about something, nobody said anything about the golden statue in the middle of Italy with this Black woman being depicted with her hand on her hip, and she's consumed by her phone. Why she got to be on her phone?
I think in an aggressive, in what could appear to be a standoff man. I don't want to say aggressive.
No, it is. Like, baby, first of all, we all got our hands on being on my back aching because I've been carrying the world for way too long pose. We got that. But then you have, the gold one here. Why is she on her phone? Like, that was a choice. Why is she on her phone? I would think if we wanted to, like, oh, I don't like that, it would be, something. But yeah, I love the statue. I will be the first person trying to get my picture in front of this statue. I don't see the issue with it. And out of all the statues that could be out in the world, this is definitely not the worst one. I don't know. I don't know.
Is that problematic just to be Black and a woman? Like, is that problematic? Like, damn. Can we, like, just be? Like,
Malcolm X said it the best, girl. He said it. He said it. People didn't want to believe it, but he said it, damn it.
I guess not. I absolutely guess not. But we have one more thing to cover, y'all, and then we're going to start wrapping things up. I did want to touch on this, and I shared it, I think, with all the ladies about the Reliving Single podcast. I, for one, I was like, you know what is there to relive?
Song for
like
Queen Latifah. Who performed the
more so, I'm gonna say people a part of really our culture, we know about living single in the situation that never was and stuff like Friends, and you do your homework on something that you hold close. And I know for the culture, if you're black, most of the time, something, the earlier days of Fox, your Living Singles, your Martins, you hold these shows closely because they're classic and they're funny. So I was like, I don't really have any plans on watching it. I don't know what information that they're going to offer that I feel like I need to hear right now. But we're going to take a little pause for the Reliving Single podcast and discuss why
song
you
for
maybe
it.
should
Queen
be
Latifah.
watching.
Who performed the theme song for it?
Queen Latifah.
It was incredible.
It was great. Roll it.
I remember that day. Okay, so much to talk about there.
Hey!
It's a bop, and it bops to this day.
It does. And I think I only learned the lyrics last year. By the way, they all think I'm the woman dancing underneath the bridge.
Let's do a little moment to her. Big Les is her name. She's an incredible dancer and was, really one of the premier video girls that was happening in the 90s. And she came and did that dance. We've got to have her on the show.
We do. She's a wonderful choreographer, and we also need to just prove that we are two different people. I was never that limber. And plus, she's got strength ungodly. She looked like she's in Woman King. If I kicked up my leg, I'm telling you, you've been calling them EMT. It's not going to happen. And we influenced some of the biggest shows of all time. And dare we say?
Friends.
We just going to lay that right there.
Right there. Enjoy. And people know it.
People do.
It's obvious.
Yeah. Fantastic show.
Yeah.
And enjoy it, but it's real.
And did very, very well. But the legend is that the president of NBC at the time was asked if there's any show you wish that you had gotten this season, what was it? And he said Living Single. And then a year or so later, Friends popped up. So we can have a whole conversation around that.
Yeah.
And that we were on with the same production company.
We were on the ranch lot, they were on the big lot.
Yeah, it was very different, wasn't it?
Yeah, we're going to have more tales on that.
Oh, yes.
I know people like to talk about that. I think because it comes from feeling like, again,
you didn't get your due.
If you create the culture, you may not get all the acknowledgement and the support. But I have to say, from our fans, and from our friends and
people,
family,
they do. They know.
Number one, they know and they have lifted us, and I will always, honestly, I mean, it's real, right?
100%.
About to lose the show.
We're about to lose the show because there was a script that was turned in that was not to Warner Brothers or Fox's liking. It just wasn't what they wanted.
Wow.
And they're like, we've run out of time. We've given her notes. She's addressed some of the notes, but it's still not where we need it to be. We're going to have to go. And Latifah and I got on the phone and said, I'm willing to extend my deal if you are. I like this girl. I love this idea. I want to play. And she felt the same way. What do we need to do? And so we requested that William Morris extend our deal so that Yvette would have time to get another script in, to get it done.
And not only investing your time, but you're also taking yourself off the market.
I want to say we extended our deal just another 2 weeks or another month. It wasn't a long time, but it was enough so that Yvette could get another chance to write. A legend! Ladies and gentlemen, a legend.
Who is that legend?
Kim Fields.
Yeah.
Icon.
Oh, yeah.
And legend.
Yes. Absolutely. We did. Kim Fields.
Come on.
She's a TV
Living
legend.
Yeah.
She was always the vet on set. She set the stage for our success on the show. She was the bar and the example for how we prepared and how we needed to show up. She was ready to do the work, rain or shine. The way your career has gone has been tremendous. It's phenomenal. It's iconic.
Yeah.
Oh, see here, I'm going to start. Here we go.
Get your tissues out.
I know. It's iconic because every little black girl I knew wanted to be you. They wanted your haircuts. They wanted your life. They had no idea what it was like for you on or off stage. And then suddenly you're standing next to her and she's giving you advice. And so we'll talk more about that. But I'm crying
Find your life.
because I will always be grateful. I will always be grateful
to get to
that
spend
girl
time in that space and to
and this woman
witness her
too,
being
but also to have survived.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about what makes the spine of somebody.
You can't wear dreadlocks on TV.
Well, they didn't fight me because they had already fought Yvette Lee Bowser about the entire character. They had asked her to get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want Max. And she said, no, if you get rid of Max, you get rid of me because I identify most with her because I wanted to be a lawyer. She went to Stanford. So she said, okay, I'll put her across the street.
Wow. Why didn't they want the cat? They felt like the cat was too big already? Or?
Too strong.
Oh, wow.
Too black, too strong. And with both men,
Oh,
we have a
100%.
second one that's going to enter, but that they really went out of their way to make sure that they.
You're muted.
I said no. I'm not. No, this is just pieces. I say. Let me pause because I cut that off. But they are talking
Care of
about
us,
Overton
but
and
also
Cal.
to protect us
100%.
and treat us like a lady.
You're muted again.
You're muted, Tyra.
Oh, my mic. Come on, act like you're new here. Y'all know my mic raggedy. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, because sometimes my light will be on and I'm like, okay, I'm on, and it's not. But that is just some of the reasons why I think you should be watching. It's much bigger than them just kind of like, oh, them not state secrets. Y'all, we know about Friends and The Set and about Fox and how they use these black shows as the foundation. And then we ate 60 shows the moment that we found our footing and all of that. They are digging really deep, even in the moments of kind of disagreeing and getting, still friendly, still respectful, but a little combative because they have a difference in opinion. And just the possibilities of not only having Kim Fields, but having the additional cast or potentially having, someone who didn't work on Living Single just to kind of have a conversation. They have been in the industry for so long, and I love y'all comments about how good they look. They look so good. They look really, really good. But just to hear certain things about how they could maybe disagree as far as just their footing, and Kim maybe not recognizing how Erica or maybe TC Carson were treated in the industry or on the set because they were darker skinned. And the way she received that, or the pushback from it because she just didn't understand, and how Erica had to break it down, was interesting. And I was like, whoa. But a lot of those things, as well as just their history of how they started, where they are now, some of the things that they've been through, who they've met, or who they have a possibility to have here in this space, and some of the things that they are talking about, just the foundation of TV, or why you may not want to be represented or be called a black show because of the negative notations it could put on you, and where the public or the mainstream will place your show and do a disservice to it. But everything here is very, very necessary. It's very, very necessary. And I really feel like we need to watch the Reliving Single podcast. Ashley, did you get a chance to check it out? And what did you think about it?
Yeah, I watched the pre-episode. I think it's episode 0, right? As they're kind of talking about the journey to get here, and we find out kind of all of the inner workings of how they pushed the script, how Kim Coles and Queen Latifah were signed to William Morris agency, and then that's how they got Yvette Lee Bowser to be the showrunner initially, and the changes that were made. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Erica Alexander is probably one of the most connected and wise women I've heard on a podcast in a very, very, very long time. When I tell you I'm 45 minutes in and I'm inspired, just the way when she talks about how her career evolved and people saying her name in spaces when dark-skinned women were not the thing, right? And literally like ready to fight all about Erica Alexander.
Yes.
It was incredible. It was so inspiring, and it really got me thinking, like, damn it, what do I want to do? Where do I want to be? Like, how do I want to position myself? How do I want to show up in rooms? Special, special, special. The only thing I have with it, and again, this is still why you should watch it, Kim Coles pissed me the hell off. Tyra keeping it cute. But when Erica gets into the colorism conversation about how it's just different, like how when we're in a space, you guys have already been pre-picked. She said, I was basically a journeyman out here. Like, I showed up, had to audition, like was, working for my bread and butter you guys were here. When we show up in spaces, we show up differently. What pissed me off was Kim Cole's response to that. Because Kim, it's not about you, sis. And I love you, respect you, auntie. Like, I would never disrespect you. But the way I feel like she tried to hijack Erica Alexander's experience of her blackness in those spaces really pissed me off, girl. Because you don't know what her experience as a dark-skinned woman was at the time, in the space, in the room, to this day. And it was like, well, I never made you feel that. Girl, it's not about you.
Talking
sis.
about you, Kim.
That pissed me off again. And then there's another part at the end of that first episode where we're talking about the networks and how, they were treated very badly, y'all. They said they had little bootleg trailers out there on the lot, to get ready in. They said craft services was pickled eggs.
Pickled eggs.
What the hell? Like, and Erica's, talking about it. No, we weren't a black show. We were a show with a black cast. It's a huge difference. And the way Kim, I was like, girl, are they paying you? I think it's going to make for a good dynamic overall. But baby, when I tell you it got under my skin, but overall, like I said, I was in it to win it. I think this is amazing. I'm definitely going to binge. I think there's 3 episodes out right now. I'm definitely going to catch up because I think there's wisdom there. And especially if you're a creative in this space, I think it's important because I think it can help prepare you in certain ways. And I don't know, it's inspiring to me, if nothing else.
I will say, and not even keeping it cute, I didn't mind her persisting in the color. I didn't like that she kept interrupting her and just trying to, well, wait, like, are you trying to say that myself and, the Khadijah, Kim, we always like, no, baby, this isn't about you. A show consists of a whole lot of people. I like that because you could see how those narratives could persist for so long because even a fellow mate and we on the same team and we're showing up, you don't even see it. And we're there, girl. This is, whoa, whoa, whoa. And she doesn't even see it enough to go, well, wait, hold on. I just hate when people say like, we're not talking about you personally, but just the fact that she could be so blinded to it was interesting to me because you would think, woo, woo, woo. Girl, of course I see it. You and TC, y'all should have had that instantaneous connection to be there and be so protective of each other because you were more so the darker on the cast. It was just like, well, hold on. Who? So specify. It was not like, baby, this ain't about you. But how personally she took it, I thought it was very telling. EJ, Reliving Single.
Okay, first and foremost, Living Single is hands down one of the best shows that was ever made. I love Living Single. I watch Living Single to this day. I still be rewatching these episodes because that's how much I actually loved and enjoyed that show. And it's like you said, Tyra, most people already knew like some of the bases of this stuff. I got a chance to just only catch a little bit of it, but I've been watching clips of it. That's how I even knew about it because the clips have been all over social media. But I'm finally getting a chance to like dive into the actual podcast and listen to the whole thing. But I'm still on the first episode. I only made it halfway through there. So I'm excited to get to this colorism part because that's the part I want to get to. I want to see what we're talking about. But I already love the dynamics of it. Erica Alexander, listen, I've been following her for a minute. I love Erica Alexander. Like, I love her. I loved her as Max. I love her as herself. But yeah, I'm excited for this podcast. And if you're not looking at it, then I feel like you should. I just feel like Living Single was such a culture icon. Like a lot of people always want to go to like Cosby Show, Different World. And don't get me wrong, those are great and all of that. But I feel like Living Single was so real and so relatable and something that you really could look at and be like, I could see myself in this person or that person, or you knew somebody who was like this person or that person. And it gave us that real look at friendships, like before there was ever a friends, before we got back to the Black people and got back to girlfriends. You know what I'm saying? Like we had this staple of ladies right here. And I don't think that will ever live down Living Single. I just don't think there's no replacing a Living Single ever. I just think it lives on forever. I really feel like it's evergreen. I think people who haven't seen it now, even this generation, I think you can still learn things from this show. So I would encourage you to look at it, but I'm definitely going to be locked into Reliving Single because I got to see this.
Oh, definitely. I thought it was really nice to hear about Erica and her upbringing, even though, even before or after her being cousin Pam on the Cosby Show, and even getting there, the way her mother was still as a hardworking single, I got stuff to do. I'm still going to make sure that my daughter is protected. No, I can't be there 24/7, but she's not going to do this. We're not doing this, and if she has to do that, then we don't want the part. I thought that was really, really nice. Or even to hear about, her finding her way, and Samuel Jackson and Tanya, them taking her in and, supporting her. All those things was really good, as well as, Kim and her come up as a comedian. And if you don't know her situation after
In Living Color.
And how that kind of went, and just kind of how your career can be in limbo, and just the auditioning and the process and the business of it all for you to even get that role and be there. Like, it's just really, really interesting. And I think a whole lot of shows could learn from it, especially now, because the one thing that really, really stood out to me was how they rooted for, championed, and protected each other on this show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't be hearing that now. Nikki, Reliving Single podcast. Have you seen Living Single, Nikki? What? I don't know. I have to ask.
Tyra, don't do me like that. See, y'all see how Tyra always do. You ain't ask none of them other ladies if they
Because I know sometimes this isn't, like a different world or Martin. I'm not always totally sure that that's something that you would want to watch.
I wasn't a huge fan. I didn't watch it religiously, but I caught episodes. I did see it. Okay.
Thank you. Okay, I'm
and I know about the podcast. My mother brought it to my attention. She listens to it. She loves it. I think it's great. And I agree with Ashley and Tyra on the Kim thing. It's frustrating. I don't know what's wrong with y'all light skins. Y'all never want to. Y'all always push back when the dark skin people be talking about their experiences. I don't know why y'all do that. But it's frustrating, but I think it's good because hopefully the light skins will get themselves together and see how crazy they look, if they can see. Because she looked crazy, in my opinion.
As hell.
She looked crazy in that conversation. But I really, really pray that this will be successful for them, because let's be real, them folks over on Friends was getting paid like $500,000 an episode and all kind. Baby, they was not getting that money. That's why Kyle was over there in Final Destination 2. He needed to check. Okay, girl. They paid like that. So I hope that this will be successful for them. And I'm so sick of the dumbass gender wars conversation. It's refreshing to have a podcast that's not, really delving into all that stuff. And it is, and I feel like I thought it felt strange, but it seems like Ashley felt the same way. It felt motivating. Like, it's like you listen to Baby talk and you wanted to get up and do something. Like,
how can I position myself right? Like,
it was like, baby, let me write me some goals down. Let me get my, I don't know. I love it. It is really refreshing. And I think it is objectively actually very well produced podcast. And shout out to those ladies. And I love the segue from the regular Black woman statue and what we got in front of us right now. Regular Black women. And they're gorgeous. And they're curvy. And they're aging like wine. Which is, look at your age. It's perfectly fine. These women look amazing. And please support the Reliving Single podcast. And I like that they're playing on the brand. I like the Reliving Single thing. And I love, because when you hear about it, you do probably feel like they just finna rehash, but no, it's way more than just rehashing the show.
Yeah. Because, baby, the way I stood up and was like, what? Because I was listening to it in the background. But when I heard Erica Alexander go, I didn't consider myself taking acting seriously until after 40. I was like, she's like, oh, I guess I'm an actor. I had other goals and ambitions for myself. Or what I was like, not the Maxine Shaw turning it long, girl. Not pack this raggedy duffel bag and left. What? Like, that was, that was a shocking situation to me. But, baby, I want to be there when Kyle Barker comes. When TC Carson is there, because I know he has a lot to say, I want to be there for that. And I cannot wait for who they have on next. But be sure to support and get into the Reliving Single podcast if you haven't. It's on YouTube. It's available. You can get it, Apple and all that good stuff. But please, please watch it. But that is it, y'all. That is it. That is the collective news. Very collective. Was it not collective? It was. We got a whole lot. We got a little bit of everything. I will say, before all 150 of you start to exit, please comment down below. So many people have been here in recent time, but the comments are lacking. We don't know if you are enjoying something, if you're liking it, if you want us to continue, unless you comment and talk about it underneath the video. So if you would like for us to be back anytime soon with the collective news, or for maybe this to be a regular thing, please leave your thoughts, leave what you want us to talk about, how you felt about the subject that was here, or what you would like to include. We need to hear, know, and see these things, because if it's not and it's blank and there's no engagement, then it gets clipped. It gets clipped and it has to go. But Nikki, I'm going to come to you first. Let the people know. Let them know what you're doing and where they can come support you.
I ain't doing nothing.
You know what you're doing.
I have been focusing on producing, writing, directing my very first short film. So that has taken all of my energy. I haven't really been doing content, but I will be back trying to get content up. It will be sparse, but it will be there. So check out the channel, and you can follow me on Instagram, King Nikki, Nickey. But yeah, the ladies will give y'all a real good lineup. But as for me, I'm focused on my film. Okay.
And that's more than enough. We want Nikki to be focused on her film and be successful. She is, run them funds and support her in her ambition, in her dream. We would love that. Thank you, Nikki. We could have all around support for apples. EJ, what you got going on?
Yeah, first and foremost, Nikki, congratulations on that. Look, rooting for you. Hope everything goes great with that, and that's amazing. I'm glad to hear it. And then as far as my channel, I just dropped my Raising Kanan video. I did actually a Raising Kanan music video, trying out something new, trying out a little something different. I've always put like videos and stuff to music, but this one is a little bit different, a little AI creative outlet type of thing. So definitely check it out. It's about Kanan and Rock's perspective. So please go and run that up if you're interested in it. And then on tomorrow, Monday, I'll be doing Never Ever Met. So we almost done with that mess. And then The Shy. We'll be talking about The Shy as well. And then on Wednesday, we'll talk about The Handmaid's Tale. And that's it for now.
Trent, not you rolling up late time out. Ooh, EJ's here too. And we about to go, Trent. We've been here for 2.5 hours. Please cut y'all notifications on. Last but not least, Ashley, what we got going on?
Y'all, come through tomorrow night. It's The Last of Us, and I don't know what to expect. I'm about to get off here and go watch The Last of Us, tonight's episode. And then Tuesday nights, y'all know, are for The Wire. Y'all, the rest of the week, we don't know. So drop some suggestions down of what we should be diving into, tackling. There's some stuff up in the air right now. Maybe insecure resurgence situation. I don't know. And please be sure to run up my Handmaid's Tale upload. I will have that up Wednesday or probably Tuesday this week since I'm off. Just make sure you're subscribed to everyone on the panel. Make sure you have that notification bell hit so you don't miss when we come up with something new and innovative, right? But thank y'all so much for being here and hanging with us for 2.5 hours tonight. Y'all showed up. Y'all showed up tonight. We appreciate you.
You did. And if you want us to show up again, leave your comments down below. Support. You guys have to support. Reciprocity is extremely important in this space. Getting real anxious with the lack of engagement below. I love the community and the communication in the chat, but importantly, we need it down to push to go, oh, they like this. Let's keep it going. Because we have so many of you, when things disappear, go, well, what happened to the thing? Yeah, did you leave a comment and let us know that you enjoyed it? Because if not, we're going to drop it like a bad habit and move on. But you guys have been amazing. Hopefully we will see you with some collective news again. I am going to leave you guys with a watch along, my choice, members only for this Saturday. If you want to be a part of that watch along in the collective Discord, you know what you need to do. Become a member of those Sweet Peas or the Struggle. We are going to see you guys next time for something else. Good night, y'all.